listen to today? I'm kind of feeling oldies. Not thinking R&B, maybe. I don't know. Let's just try. Not that song though. Yeah. Hey y'all. Is this like appropriate? Hey y'all. Today is Monday and it just feels like it's dragging so fucking long. I feel like I've been up all damn day. Hey Leon. Hey Lexi. Hi beautiful people. Hey Michelle from Cincinnati. I'm a Midwest girly too. I'm from Indianapolis. It's been pretty good. I've been fasting because I don't know if I don't know how many of y'all have been in my lives before, but every month there's a biological cycle that goes on where our pituitary gland releases this milk and it drops down to our sacrum bone, sits there for 3 days, and then it vaporizes and rises back up to activate your right brain. So right now I am fasting so that I can make sure that my body is alkaline because it helps with that process. So I'm a little cranky. I feel like my eyes are super dark because I'm fasting, and I've been fasting for 2 days, and I'm about over it. So that's where I'm at in life. I'm about fucking over it. I didn't know what mood I was in today for music, so I just went with a wide array of different things. How are y'all doing? I feel like I haven't been on here since probably like Tuesday because I just had too many eyes on my page and I didn't want them to interrupt the program. Fasting is good. I went 14 days. Yeah, see, I'm only fasting. So basically when that biological cycle happens, you're supposed to start fasting 2 to 3 days before, and then it lasts for 3 days. So for me, it's just this entire week that I'm fasting. So it's not a long time, and I feel like I fast a lot just anyways. What I've started doing when it comes to eating is I only eat when I feel hungry. So a lot of days I only eat like once a day anyways, but I'm fasting from everything. I really haven't been on social media like that. Like I hop on, make a post and leave, and I wasn't gonna get on this week, but today just feels like so blah that I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna hop on and talk to my people. But yeah, I'm fasting from like smoking, gardening, which is annoying. I'm fasting from that. I'm fasting from specific TV. Like I'm literally only watching like YouTube content. I've been like waking up in the morning, going outside, meditating. I literally have been spending most of my day meditating to gain insight. And I really do be getting a lot of downloads when I fast. So it's a good thing for me because, you know, fasting actually helps your crown chakra, which is your connection to source. So it's necessary, and it happens once a month. It's just that I'm in this period and just like, oh, I be so frustrated and irritated when I'm fasting. Like, and then I hop on TikTok and it'll help that everybody making content about food. Like, leave me alone. I'm just trying to make it through the week. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been eating once a day for 2 years. Yeah, it's like you only supposed to eat when you get hungry. Like the whole idea that we're supposed to eat 3 meals a day comes from us being colonized. When Europeans came over here, they changed it so that we eat 3 times a day so that they can put us in a state of overconsumption, because the intuition from our body comes from our stomach. So our stomach needs to have completely digested food for 6 hours before it can start healing your body, before you can start getting divine insight, you know. So it is a water fast, yes. So basically what I do is spring water, which I know bottled water isn't good because of it sitting in plastic. I know that, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm doing. But I just put fulvic acid and trace minerals in my water, and that's it. Oh, hi from Ireland. Oh, I love that. Hey, I did one of those little it's not 23andMe. I forgot what it's called, Ancestry. And they said I was 3% Irish. And I'm like, how did that happen? Y'all have a beautiful ass country. I will definitely say that. How are y'all doing? Like, I literally, so I don't know how many people in here who are usually in my lives. But I wanted to start doing like shadow work and stuff on live, because I feel like there's so many people who are going through this healing process and don't have trustworthy or safe people that where they can go and like have some of these conversations. So what I did was I bought, happy Monday, Jay. I bought these little conversations with your inner self. But I'm not gonna lie, when I opened this is a bunch of bullshit. I hate to be the one to say it. Like, these questions are not thought-provoking at all. Like, hold on, So what I had to do is, because y'all know I did a shadow work journal back in the day, because so many of my followers were asking me, you know, like, how do I get started? So I made a shadow work journal. Like this, what do you feel most defensive about when it's brought up? This is actually a good question. Hold on. That's a good question too. Okay, maybe. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take that back. Cause what I did was I shuffled them, and I just kind of like was doing it like tarot, and cards was popping out. And when the cards that was popping out was so fucking simple that I was just like, why? Like, these are not thought provoking at all. So what I did was, cause I gave away my author's copy of this book. I don't know if y'all been here, but I would say probably like last August, my followers were asking me like, how do you start shadow work or whatever. So I basically just put together what I did into this little manual, and it's 6 months worth of information, and it has like a negative self-talk tracker. It has like little cute little bubbles, little letters you can write to yourself, little spaces for affirmations and stuff like that. And so I gave away my author's copy to a friend who I felt like was going through something. I was just like, girl, just take this. Just start using this today. Hey, Grant. But I purchased another author's copy because I feel like my questions are way more thought-provoking, and they get to the nitty-gritty. And that's what you need when you're doing shadow work, because you need to look at the places where you haven't been looking. If you look in the link in my bio, this is on my Amazon store. So it should be a link that says who hurt you. Hold on, let me check real quick though, y'all. Y'all know I got the mind of a damn fish. It's on Amazon though, because I self-published this through Amazon. So what happened was, last year I had got on here and I was asking, you know, my followers, I was like, you know, what would y'all like to see from me? And they said a podcast, which is the first thing that I did, which a lot of y'all comment on my podcast, and a lot of y'all are still watching and listening to my podcast. Love that for y'all, because I put a lot of work into that. But the second thing that people asked me for was some type of book or some type of like workbook that they could use. And there's 6 months worth of questions in here, and I take it a week at a time. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me try to log into my Instagram real quick. Oh, really? Damn. Sorry, y'all. I didn't know I was logged out of Instagram. I'm trying to make sure that it's in my bio before I tell y'all. Fun fact, I used to be obsessed with Mariah Carey. You couldn't tell me nothing about sis. I wouldn't believe you. 392-818. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all the answer. Hold on. 392-818. Y'all playing in my face. Okay. Hold on real quick. Oh, hey, Beth. Sorry, I'm trying to get y'all an answer to make sure that this is listed in my thing, but okay. This is about to make me mad. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just go on TikTok real quick. Yeah, so if you go to my hold on, let me show y'all. Shit. Y'all know I'm known for messing something up. So yeah, if you go to my link tree that's in my bio, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th one down. I need to remove this because I done got rid of my clothing store. But yeah, Shadow Work Journal, Who Hurt You? But yeah, last year what happened was I had, instead of like, I wanted to take a new approach and I was just like, who hurt you? But yeah, last year what happened was I had, instead of like, I wanted to take a new approach and I was just like, all right, let me stop playing, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Child, listen. One thing about it. Yeah, so if you go to my link tree, it's the 5th one down. It says Shadow Work Journal, Who Hurt You? And basically last year I just was talking to my followers trying to get an idea of like what y'all needed from me, and people asked me for like a journal. So I did this in probably like a weekend. I put this together, but so many people have written me about this, and I don't even promote like some of the things that I've done because I've only made it for the people who was asking for it. But it's really some thought-provoking questions in here for you to analyze, and once you open it, let me show y'all real quick what it looks like. So it always starts off with like a weekly planner, because I think a lot of the issues when it comes with people like doing shadow work and stuff is that they try to put so much in like a concentrated amount of time. And I feel like, you know, in order for you to really analyze what happened, sometimes when you remember stuff in the past, it takes some days for certain aspects of it to start coming back to you. And I feel like some shadow work programs don't be allowing you time to kind of process the question. So I do like a question for the week. So there's a weekly planner for you to figure out what you're going to do each week. And then there's a question. And this is the question for this first one is, what experience has caused you the most pain? And then it's boxes like, what happened? Who were the people involved? What role did they play? How did each person make you feel? What belief system did you develop because of it? Like, what patterns or change behavior did you have because of it? And then what belief systems did you develop about the people involved? And then it's like another little thing here. And then there's a negative self-talk tracker, which basically just like the stuff that you say to yourself because of this experience or because experiences like this, it gives you a place where you can track how many times you're saying it, so that you can really start bringing awareness to your thoughts. That was my whole purpose of this negative self-talk tracker. And then there's a letter of forgiveness to yourself. There's a couple pages for you to write a letter of forgiveness to yourself. And then there's a letter of forgiveness to the people involved. And the letter of forgiveness to the people involved doesn't have to be like apologizing in the way that people think it's apologizing. It's really like, I'm freeing myself from this so that I'm no longer carrying the baggage for this. But thank you for teaching me this lesson, which is X, Y, and Z. And then there's a space for affirmations based off your chakra system, which I think is cute. I put some meditation practices in here as well, some meditations you can do. And then the last one is, what did you learn? And then it starts the next week. So it's really a great tool if you just getting started on your healing journey or on your shadow work journal and you don't know where to start. Like, you can write right there in a journal. And that's why I did it the way that I did it. Hey, Shani. Hey, Claw. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up, y'all, because y'all know I'll be liking to answer any questions and stuff. Hey, Lexi. I've tried and those cards are worth it for sure. They actually are. Like, I feel like I didn't give them a big enough chance because I literally pulled it out and I just pulled a couple of the cards and I just so happened to get the cards that wasn't talking about nothing. But the cards I just pulled make a lot of sense. So we're gonna do some shadow work and stuff here in just a minute. Hey, Grant, I'm getting that. Where do you buy it? Oh, I already answered that. Hey, Empress Key. Okay, hold on. Can y'all hear my music? Peace, wellness, protection. Thank you. How do I know if you're talking to your higher self or receiving messages and signs? So for me, when it's my higher self, it feels like it's me, and it feels like a stream of consciousness, and I don't notice it until I try to interrupt, and then it stops, and then it continues when I'm done into when I relax again. So it's just a matter of you actually sitting with yourself and sitting in meditation, sitting, and just listening. And then you'll be able to pick it up, but you just have to practice like anything else. You just need to practice it. Oh, I hear something for the people, period. Not your music. That's what I'm talking about. I was looking for a great shadow work book this morning. So happy I saw your live. Oh yeah, you're welcome. I feel like, I don't know, it just really helps. Like a lot of people have purchased it and have written me about it. Like literally, it was people who had this book before I even got my author's copy. And I'm like, how did y'all get y'all book before me? But it was people who had it before and who was working on it, working with it. And I feel like it's a great place to start. I still recommend that, if you can get in like a shadow work course where you can have open discussions with people, it really helps. I didn't use a printing company. This is Amazon. So what I did is I made this book in Canva, y'all. If y'all don't know what Canva is, it's basically like a website that allows you to do like graphics and stuff. So I made this in Canva. I literally made this in 2 days, published it on Amazon, and that was it. It was quick. It's by me. See the cute little author's picture on the back, little message for the people. That's me. So I made this book from scratch on a random weekend. But it's helpful if you need a place to start and you don't have a place to start. It definitely helps. It's called Who Hurt You, because who hurt you is right. But I do want to do some like shadow work and stuff on live, because I feel like it helps for you to have like an open forum where you can go and you can talk to people, and you can, just basically share your thoughts, share your experiences. Because when you going through this healing journey, right, and you first come to want to do shadow work, I feel like a lot of us are in a very lonely place, because it's not a lot of people who choose this path, because this path is fucking hard. It's really hard for you to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what, I contributed to my own suffering. I, played a part in this situation happen. That is the hardest thing that you could ever do, is turn a mirror on yourself. That's why that's why a lot of people don't do it. So I don't know, y'all tell me if I would love for like y'all to call in and, us to do some shadow work, but it's up to y'all and how comfortable y'all feel. If y'all want me to do a couple first, we can do that as well. But I think it's just important for you to have people who you can talk it out with. So yeah, especially when you don't know where to start. Yeah, because shadow work is hard. And I feel like, I think a lot of people get hung up on the word shadow work by itself, especially if you come from like a religious background. I had a dream with Justin Bieber, just woke from a nap. What was the dream about? I'm interested because I have some thoughts. Yeah, reflection is uncomfortable. Looking at yourself in the mirror is uncomfortable. Realizing that you're not a victim of things and things are happening for you, that shit is uncomfortable, because it's easy to blame somebody else. It's easy to be like, somebody else caused this in my life, and not, take accountability. So I think like with shadow work, it helps to hear other people's stories, because it makes you realize that you're not alone, that everybody feels like this, and that it's okay to go and ask for help, or it's okay to, feel the way that you feel, because so many of us are just scared of feeling our feelings. And it's just like, society conditions us to be that way. And I think that if a lot more of us allowed ourselves to be sensitive, or a lot more of us, where do we get the book? The book is on my link tree. So if you go to my link tree and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 6th one down. It says Shadow Work Journal, Who Hurt You. But yeah, sometimes I think the word shadow work be tripping people up because people think that shadow work has something to do with. Uh oh. Okay, I think we got somebody on. Hello.
Hey girl, hold on one second.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Let me see.
I'm doing good.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you okay? Did you want to do a shadow work question?
Yeah, we can. Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for being brave. It's a
Hey girl,
vulnerable
I
place
wouldn't
to
normally
be.
get on here with my scarf on now. That
Oh, it's
shit's
okay,
crazy.
girl. Don't you worry about it. We at home. We at
But yeah.
home. Okay, hold on. Let me pick one for you. Your skin is gorgeous, by the way, girl.
Thank
Period.
you. Thank you. Yours too.
Thank you. Okay, let's do this one. Nightmare. What is your worst nightmare, and why is this your worst nightmare?
You know what? I don't know what my worst nightmare is right at this time. I'll say when I
Yeah.
first started my journey though, my worst nightmare was like losing my family, like just losing everyone. That was just
Yeah.
the thing. So when I would think that thought, because I noticed it was something that would come up a lot, like when I first started my journey. So to me, that's like worst. That was like worst case scenario. So then every time I would start to think it, I would think best case scenario, which is like best case scenario. You know, me and my husband lived old, that we grow old together, that we watch our children,
Yeah.
you know, grow up. We watch them, you know, study what they're interested in. We watch them fall in love. We watch them like do all these things, like live out their lives, and we continuously explore ourselves and grow and do all the things. So I don't. It doesn't come up a whole lot anymore, but like that's because I started flipping it, like on its
Yeah.
head. So
I think that's important though because you teach a great lesson about learning how to transcend your emotions. Because I think society kind of conditions us to believe that we die and that's it, and
right.
everybody's gone forever, and that does something to us psychologically.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I struggle with is my brother. I have dreams and nightmares about something happening to my brother. And it's like, for some reason, I have like this weird attachment to my brother. And it's just like, when you get to a stage in your healing and you start learning that some of those thoughts, like you're always going to get those knowledge of good and evil. You're always going to get good and bad thoughts. It's up to you to manage them. When you can reach that state, it changes everything because you can learn to detach from this reality and you realize that a lot of it is fucking illusion.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great one. You articulated that so well, and I love how you added in how you mitigated that because that's gonna help people.
Yeah.
Like it's all a game, and you got to know how to play the game. And it sounds like you've learned how to play the game.
Yeah, girl. We're all just continuously learning. I think I'm like always reminding myself that like the more that I know, the more that I actually don't know, and like that's okay. It's okay to like not know what.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's okay to be curious too, because I feel like, people think that people tend to shy away from the stuff that they don't know. They reject it altogether. So realizing and bringing awareness to the fact that you don't know something and then following up with just being curious about it, it helps so much with the fear that comes along with not knowing. So I think that's beautiful. Did you have any advice for anybody? Share a piece of advice with us.
I'm actually curious. What was yours? Like, or do you have one right now, or is there one? Oh, you should say your brother. Is there anything else, or?
Yeah, I would probably say more than my brother is probably the way that I'm being perceived because I struggle a lot with the way that I'm being perceived because I am a genuine person. I feel like to a lot of people I'm well liked, but to certain people, I don't know. For me, I think the main problem is that I struggle with authenticity my whole life. And it was hard for me to just show up as I am. So when I do show up as I am, I get afraid. I get afraid of the way that people are going to perceive me. And now I'm starting to realize that I don't care. I don't care what people think anymore. But I think coming up, that was a huge thing. And I think that it kind of stopped me from speaking my mind a lot of times in situations where I feel like I should have stood up or I should have spoke my mind or I should have said something.
Yeah.
And I think it also stopped me from aligning with the right people. Because one day I woke up and I was sitting around with all these friends and I didn't feel like none of them was my fucking friend. Just because I was not showing them who who I actually was. So it's just
Yes.
like, I
Yes.
would probably say that's my biggest fear is being perceived wrong or somebody not seeing my intentions. But now I don't care about it anymore like I used to. I've been working a lot on it. I think sometimes I do. I feel like the people that I love, I do care about how they perceive me
Yeah.
now, but it's just like it's moved away from being like everybody caring about everybody to just like, my selective few. But I don't
Yeah.
want to be taken the wrong way because I really do have a good heart and I really am genuine and I do want people to realize that there are people out here who are not weird or who are not going to make
Yes.
you feel unsafe or who are not, I don't know. It's just like I've had so many experiences and been rejected so much that it's just,
I can
I'm just
relate.
going to create it. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely relate. And I'm glad that you've been able to like get on, at least on the other side of that. I think one thing that I found with that in particular, like same thing, but like I realized like, okay, sometimes I'm afraid of being perceived. Sometimes I'm afraid, like I sing and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm afraid to get on stage. Sometimes I'm afraid to do videos,
Yeah.
like post them on social media. But even when I'm afraid or when I'm afraid of being perceived or I don't know what's going to happen or how people are going to take things, I figured that it's not about being like whether or not you're afraid, but whether or not you're going to allow the fear to stop you. So that's
Yes.
that's the breaking point for me. It's like I can be afraid all I want to be, but as long as I am true to my soul and I push
Yeah.
myself past my whatever's going on, as long as I'm authentic and I stay true to myself, it doesn't matter how afraid I am because I know that I am brave enough to conquer or to like, come up against whatever it is, which you obviously have.
And you
So
got to realize too that fear is an emotion. It's meant to pass straight through you. So it's okay to be afraid, but still do it though. And I think that's the hardest thing that sometimes we let fear paralyze us.
Yes,
And we
I
don't
feel
show
that
up
too,
as
yeah.
ourselves or we don't, it's like if I never got on here and I never started talking about healing, I would have been in the same place that I've been this entire time, struggling with depression, struggling with anxiety. But it's like you really do got to put yourself out there and take the risk because the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So fear shouldn't be anything that stops us. It's okay for us to process that emotion and to feel it, but we still got to take the leap.
Absolutely.
So I think that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. Do you have any
Yes.
random advice that you want to give us?
Um,
Something you've been working on or something that you recently realized?
Gosh, so
I
many.
know I'm putting you on the spot, but you were so brave coming in here. I appreciate that.
Yes. What is it, Spirit? What do we want to like? What is it that we want to share? The only thing that's coming to my mind, there's so many, but like the only thing that's really coming to my mind right now is that everything is within, right? So God is within. You are the source of your light. Whatever questions that you have, whatever confusions that you have, curiosities that you have, you can always discover them within yourself.
Yeah.
And you'll find that the people, the places on the map, will start showing up for you as you are exploring within yourself. But that's where you go first. So, and that's the reason I actually wanted to say this is because I find that a lot of people are constantly searching for answers from everyone else, whether it's a reading, whether it's the pastor, whether it's whatever. But in the spiritual community, it's like, let me go get a reading or let me go do this, let me go do that. But looking for God in other people and admiring the God within other people, the spirit within other people. But you also have that exact same power. It's different because everyone's power is different, but you have it, you hold it, and it's so unique to you. So tap into that anytime that that you are in need, and you'll find everything else kind of like just floating to you.
Yes, that's beautiful. And I agree. Like it's because our whole entire environment has been externalized.
Yeah.
So we depend on these external validation and you validate yourself. The moment that I started actually connecting with myself, it changed my life because I don't need to run to anybody else. And even when it comes to having conversations with my higher self, I'm even not codependent on that relationship either. It's like sometimes you know exactly you are the most qualified person to answer whatever it is that you need to answer because you had your specific experiences that nobody else did. So it's just trusting yourself. That's what
Yes.
that is. Trusting yourself.
Amen.
Beautiful
Amen. I
word.
that.
Thank you.
All
I
right. Let me take
appreciate
it here.
that.
Okay.
Bye, boo. Does
Bye.
anybody else want to answer that question? Anybody else? Anybody else? Let me look at the guest. Hold on. Mac, you want to come in? I sent you an invitation. Mac, that's not your name. I think your name is Chris. Hi, friend. Can you hear me?
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you
Oh,
doing?
I'm good. How you doing? Why ain't
I'm
my
doing
camera on? I ain't never
good.
did this before.
I know this is new, but I wanted to try it out because I feel like, we just got to have
Uh,
open discussion. And even if people want to come in and just listen, they can just listen. So let me know if you want the question again.
yeah, let me get the because I just hopped on.
Oh, you did? Okay. I just saw your name and I was like, oh, there's a familiar face. Let me just harass him. Um, so the question is, the card says nightmare and it says, what's your worst nightmare and why is this your worst nightmare?
What's my worst nightmare?
And I'll tell you what's been said. So, Goddess Community said that her worst nightmare was losing people, and I said basically fear judgment from other people. So, how I'm being perceived by other people.
I don't know if I say I have nightmare because like when I was in church and stuff, my biggest nightmare was obviously going to hell, but I
Yeah,
don't believe in that no more. So,
talk about that. How did you
I think,
navigate that?
man, went through my dark night of the soul. Like pretty
Mhm.
much was. And I'm like on a little hike right now, so if I sound like I'm out of breath, just forgive
Oh, it's
me. I'm
okay. I forgive
trying to
you.
get back in my physical
Period.
exercise bag. But
As you
well,
should.
oh yeah, facts. What was I saying? So like how I got through that was basically going through my dark night of the soul. Was in church, got through that. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't getting the answers I wanted, and then
Okay.
kind of gravitated towards the Hebrew Israelites,
Okay.
and that was cool. But
Uh
like
huh.
got to a point where it was still, wasn't getting the answers I wanted. And then I just
Yeah.
went through a dark ass period in my life. This was like 20, like basically pandemic.
Yeah.
Um,
Same.
I was flipping a house and lost a bunch of money and people was breaking into my house and my brother passed away.
Oh my gosh.
Lost
I'm
my
sorry.
job. What's that?
I said I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, lost my job. Then end up breaking up with the girl I've been with for like 3 years. Like everything that could go wrong, like went
Hmm.
wrong.
Yeah.
And like just getting to that point where it was like, bro, I don't even care. I don't even give a damn. I don't care anymore about anything. I don't care about living. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. But like just navigating through it and really what got me through it was TikTok. Cause
Yeah.
like my my ancestors and stuff be speak. Cause I be scrolling on my phone all the time, like too damn much. But
Oh yeah,
my
they talk to
ancestors,
you through TikTok.
yes,
That happens
yes,
to
they
me
talk.
too.
Yeah. And so I
Hmm.
seen some videos. Like the first one I seen was I'm gonna park over here. There's cars and shit over here. Um, First video I seen, it was like this dude. It was a bunch of like church music in the back, and he was like wiping down his faucet. It was like a hoodoo thing. I'm
Oh, oh,
sure
like an
everybody's seen it.
altar.
Nah, it was like he was talking about keeping your like space clean, and he was wiping his
Oh,
like
okay.
sink faucet down. I don't know if anybody know what video I'm talking about, but I seen that. I'm like, okay. And then I got the urge to like start looking up how to cleanse my body of negative energy
Mm-hmm.
and started seeing that. And then somebody said something about a life path number. And I'm like, life path number, what's that? So I looked my life path number up, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like from there, once I looked my life path number up, it was like everything just like opened up. And
A
like
trickle effect. Yeah.
so trickle effect. And like everything that I used to like shun people or make fun of people for doing, like as as a Christian or as a Hebrew Israelite, like I find myself doing now, like crystals and meditation and chakras and believing in esoteric knowledge and knowing that
Yeah.
esoteric knowledge ain't nothing demonic. It's just a higher level of knowledge that, our people was attuned to back in it, like
Yeah.
forever, up until slavery.
It was
You know what I'm
taken.
saying? So,
It was with the rise of Christianity, they demonized it. It was
yep.
a Roman emperor named Theodosius. He's
hmm
the one who demonized all tools of divination, anything that had to do with the old gods.
And then if you look in the Bible, divination's in the Bible, cleanses in the Bible.
Yeah.
The walls of the kingdom, the 12 walls that surround the kingdom of heaven are made up of crystals. The
Yeah.
throne of God is made up of crystals. The
Yep.
ephod that the
You got
Levitical
crystals in
priest
your
used to wear.
brain. That's how you dream. That's how you see in
Yeah.
your head.
Yep. Your pineal gland is made of crystals. Like, I think, don't your blood or something got some kind of crystal, like,
It's
it's
crystalline. Yeah, so
crystalline.
we're material, but we're also light crystal. Like we're crystal light, crystalline light. Yeah.
Yep. And shoot, just everything got, the crystals got elements in it, just like we have elements in it, just like
Yeah.
space has elements in it. Like, we're all made of
Everything's
the
the
same
same
thing.
thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Even the people that you see too, though. So I think it was interesting that you said that you used to judge people for specific things back in the day, but you have now you're doing those things. And I feel like that's important because I think that a part of us experiencing separation is judgment and comparison. That's how you know you living through the lower ego, because you see everything as separate instead of seeing everything as one.
It's one. Yep.
So I think that's interesting. So when you said that basically one of your biggest fears was going to hell, how were you able to turn that off though? Is that something that you still deal with, or that's something you're still working on, or like?
Shoot. Well, I say this: you walk through the fire without getting burnt, you ain't scared of the fire no more.
Facts.
You know
When
what I'm
you
saying?
go, that's so important too, because I don't think people realize when you take that journey into the underworld, which is into yourself, you are the underworld.
Yeah.
When you take that
Yeah.
journey into yourself, and you come out on the other side, you feel untouchable because you
Untouchable.
literally have met yourself at the deepest levels. And now nobody can
Yeah.
come in and shake your security. Nobody can come in and tell you how it is. And I think, hell is like a mindset. Hell is definitely
It
a
is.
mindset, and being a medium changed that for me because I would, channel people who have passed away sudden death or whatever the case may be. And it's just like them being stuck in their own mind, literally.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah.
And that like I was saying, like, kind of having going through my own personal hell, like, made me
Yeah.
realize, like, so much of this stuff, a lot of the stuff that we think matters don't even matter for real.
Doesn't.
And a lot of the stuff that we engage in, especially when it comes to religion, is so low vibrational. And just
Hey, Rhea, baby.
yeah, just like, it was just a bunch of like realizations that I had. It's like, man, you really can't take this life stuff too seriously.
You can't.
And you
Because the
can't.
best way to enjoy life is with a sense of detachment. Understanding that
Yep.
everything is meant to be enjoyed only temporarily.
Even your body's temporary.
Everything here in this reality, though, you are not temporary. You are
Yeah.
infinite, and you will be infinite forever.
Yep, forever and ever.
Facts.
And one thing I'm kind of learning right now, or grasping on, is I'm sure you heard of Taoism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Taoism, something I'm kind of exploring the
Yeah.
philosophical whatever on.
I think
and,
you should. I feel like, spirituality is a personal, independent journey. And, so
Yeah.
many of us are brought into spirituality through religion or whatever the case may be. But the best spirituality is self-defined spirituality. You get into these practices and you figure out what aligns with you by you experiencing it yourself. And I think
Yep.
that is something that I had to do because I didn't have any spiritual teachers. I didn't have anybody, telling me what the game was. I had to pick up a damn book and start reading other
Yeah.
people's experiences just to even understand myself. So I think, what you're doing is honorable. And that's the way that I would do it. Like, why
Thank
would you
you.
just, go with whatever somebody told you? Just go out there and explore it yourself and figure out what aligns with you. And then do that. Pick and choose, pull the parts that you need, because you creating this reality and, it's your life. You want to make sure that it's aligned with you.
And I tell people this all the time. Religion, spirituality, etc. It's all the same goal. It's just different paths.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? I got on this gray, you can't see it, but it's like this like grayish workout. It's a hoodie and pants to match and
Right.
workout, you know what I'm saying? And then you got on a white t-shirt with, I don't know, is that Selena? Yeah,
Selena.
the GOAT. And you know what I'm
Anything for
saying?
Selena's.
Anything for Selena. And it's like we got clothes, me and you got on clothes. At the end of the day, it's to cover, it's to protect, it's to keep us warm, it's to protect us
Yep.
from something, it's to keep us from a certain level of exposure. But whether I got on a gray hoodie or you got on a white t-shirt, it's still a piece of clothing. It's still doing the same thing. That's what
Right.
spirituality is. Whether you
Exactly.
go the Buddhist route, whether you go the Hindu route, you know what I'm saying, whether you go to even the Christian route, if you do it right, or if you go like, okay, I'm just spiritual, quote unquote, or if I'm doing numerology, I'm doing astrology,
Right.
it's all, if you do it right, if you do it with good intention, it's all gonna have the same end goal. It's all gonna equate to the
Yeah, because
same thing at the end of the
there's
day.
only one religion, and that's spirit science. That's
Yep.
it. That's it. It's the science of
Yep.
spirit. Nothing is actually what it seems to be. So, you know,
Yep.
the masculine side of spirituality is religion, because the masculine side of anything is restricted, is limited. It's based on one specific ideology. It's a narrow way of thinking about things, where spirituality is everything. Everything has a
Everything.
frequency. So
Yep.
everything, the color that you wear, the shirt that you got on, everything is spiritual. So it's perspective. And the more we change our perspective, the more opportunities that we see in front of us. You know, the more
Yeah.
that we get to experience, the more knowledge that we have access to. So that's really what it's about, is bringing you into yourself.
Yep. Yep. Is realizing that you are yourself, but you are everything else at the same time.
Facts.
And everything that you do affects everything around you and vice versa.
And everything that you see in other people exists in you as well.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to admit
Yep.
that part. Everything that you
Nah.
see in other people exists in you as well.
Yep.
So a
That's
lot of
fact.
times when people are judging, or they're just projecting what they refuse to acknowledge in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you can find
yeah,
like you say, you can find a piece of that within you. And that's
absolutely.
where you gotta do the realization, do the work. Like, oh shoot, I done all this healing work, but I'm
Yep.
still kind of effed up, you know what I mean? But it
Yep.
take a real person to embrace that part of you, and you gotta embrace that part of you. You gotta, in order to get through it or improve on it, you gotta embrace that and love that part of you, just like you love the good qualities of yourself.
Yeah, and I think
Which
that
can be
people
hard to
think
do, but
that
you got to.
Yeah, I think that people think that spirituality is being positive all the time. That's not what spirituality is. Spirituality is acceptance of yourself and whatever
Yep.
that looks like. That doesn't have to be positive all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, spirituality is acceptance. It's you being able to accept the parts of yourself that you don't really like, the parts of yourself that you want to reject. But you being
Yeah.
able to actually look at that honestly and say, you know what? Because I used to say all the time, I'm not spiteful. I don't hold grudges. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You
No,
do the
yeah,
right thing, I'ma hate you
Nah,
forever.
facts.
So,
Facts.
so yeah, so it's really coming to this place of acceptance of yourself. It's not about positivity, because you can have too much positivity as well. Toxic positivity will have you setting yourself back 10 years. So
Yes.
it's about acceptance, and you gotta appreciate the parts of you that society rejects as well. So yeah, I agree.
I got a question for you, and I'm gonna let you. I'll be on here all day talking. I don't want to hog it up
It's
for
okay.
nobody
What's
else.
the question?
So one thing I've learned lately. So I'm a life path 3. So I'm like, and I'm an Aries. I got fire energy all around.
Oh yeah,
So I'm like
absolutely.
multi-talented, super
Uh-huh.
creative. Be trying to do too much, and I got to the point where it's like, bruh, I'm trying to do so much, and I'm like continuously getting burnt out. And like what I was talking about Taoism,
Yeah.
uh, like it talked about the duality of how being productive is also just doing absolutely nothing. Like,
Yes,
you
absolutely.
know what I'm
Rest is
saying?
just as important as activity.
Yeah. So like that's something that was like new and profound to me that I never really realized. And I was gonna ask you, I know you be dropping gems all the time, but like, what's something that you kind of came to a realization like lately within the past, day, month, week, whatever, that like you never ever realized before in your life that kind of made you think like, damn, this shit crazy. You know what I mean? Like
That
for
people
me, it
pleasing
was
has
that,
ruined my damn life. That I
man,
didn't realize that I was performing in so many areas of my life, and
man.
that when I was when I was younger, I was just trying to make sure everybody was okay, and I felt out of control. Like I feel like I didn't have no control of my situation, so I made it my goal to make sure everybody was okay, and I never grew out of that. That I used that same method to
Hmm.
make friends. I used that same method to interact with anybody. Even in relationships. So I found myself often being used up, or people not reciprocating, and I didn't realize that I was playing a part in that because I was trying to prove that I was a good friend, I was a good cousin, I was a good lover, I was
Hmm.
good, all of these things. And so when you actually stop performing, it feels super fucking uncomfortable. But I felt shame, I felt guilt. I'm like, damn, like, are you just not this genuine? It's like I almost went through an identity crisis trying to figure out who the fuck I was because I didn't know who
Yeah.
I was without it. So I think, like, for me, the realization is that you're not going to have to perform for the people who are for you. You're never going
Right.
to have to perform for them.
Nah, and I definitely can relate to that. I saw that. I think I reposted that video that you put up specifically about that. And I
Yeah.
watched it like 5 times. I'm like, bro, this literally sounds just like me. And
Uh-huh.
I've kind of been, I ain't no kind of like, I definitely have been like standing on business as far as like setting boundaries and just
Yeah.
saying no, and not people pleasing and just speaking my mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to see that doing that, whether I create, and me, I'm an Aries, like I'm not gonna try to create an enemy, but and it might just be a me thing. It could be an Aries thing, but it could be a me thing too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna try to create an enemy, but if you want to be my enemy, I could be your enemy gladly. Like I can, we can go there,
I feel
and I
like
don't think
that's
you want to go
Aries
there with
coded.
me, huh?
I feel like that's absolutely Aries coded.
Yeah, it's
Don't
like,
start
bro,
none, won't be none.
don't start none, won't be none. But if you start something, I will finish it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. One
But
thing
but
I
it,
was
it
gonna tell you though is that you said you were a life path 3.
yep.
Don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to you figuring it out, because as a
Hmm.
life path 3, your whole entire purpose of being here is to explore. You are meant to figure it out and then turn around and
Mm,
be a teacher and a guide to other people. So that's the only thing that makes you qualified to do what you came here to do. So you have to
mm,
explore. Give yourself grace, and you know what? You'll know when the time is up for that thing that you exploring. I've been 1,000 different fucking people. I've had a
hmm.
1,000 different jobs. Child, I can't even. It would be a
Yeah.
laundry list of all the things that I've done. So being that life path 3, your job is to figure it out so that other people don't have to.
Okay.
So give
Okay.
yourself
That
grace with
definitely
that,
makes
because
sense.
yeah, it's like it's about your whole path, your whole life is supposed to be an adventure. And it's supposed to be exploring you, because you're gonna have the best taste in everything. You're gonna know a lot of
Mm,
information, and you're supposed to be the teacher and the guide to other people, but you don't get there until you learn through those experiences. So sometimes when you're life path 3, you come into this world very naive. But the whole purpose is for you to build up those experiences and build up that perspective to make you wise enough for later.
for later. Okay.
Yeah. So
Man, I
while you're in the
appreciate
process,
that.
don't beat yourself up. You're doing
Okay.
exactly what
Yeah.
your energy is designed to do, and you're more in flow with your energy than you think you are.
Yeah. And I'm learning that too. I've started to accept that too. So
Uh-huh.
it's funny that you say that.
Yeah, I say I got a lot of good gems.
Trust me, I be like withholding, reposting all of your videos. Like
Oh,
like
thank you. I appreciate that.
your stuff be on point. And I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna let somebody else get on. But I just want to say this. I told you before that like when I seen you at Kroger, like that
Uh-huh.
the whole human design thing changed my life, and it did. But I
Yeah.
just want to say, keep doing your thing. Keep dropping that knowledge. You
Thank
ain't got to
you.
people please nobody. You doing great. I'm learning. It's good to learn from black women, especially black women from the city out the gate. How you what nasty?
Period.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Like keep shining your light, and I don't give a damn who is blind, and keep shining it, cause we need more people. We need more people like you in the community, especially
Thank
in our age and demographic. So keep doing your thing. You doing good, and yeah, I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I
Yeah, for
will.
sure.
At first, I feel like it's intimidating sometimes when you got a million people coming at you sideways. It definitely is intimidating because I got an
Hmm.
Aries Mars. So when I get into conflict, I'm very much
Yeah,
so Aries energy.
yeah.
But
I'm already
I'm
knowing.
learning that everybody's not going to be able to sip my tea, and that's okay. I'm only talking to the people who get it, and that's
Yep.
it.
Hmm.
So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one.
Thank you too. Y'all, if y'all don't know, Chris was the first person who ever came up to me in public and was like, "Oh my gosh, I noticed you from TikTok." So that was a good feeling. Period. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to read some of the comments. Let me go back. How can I manifest in this society? How are you supposed to move forward with everything going on? What do you mean by that? Like, you kind of got to learn how to detach from society a little bit. You can't get too involved, emotionally invested and emotionally involved in what's going on in society, because the more that you invest your energy and your emotions into that, you start to contribute to it. You start to create it because you don't understand how powerful you are. So I think what you need to do instead is kind of unplug a little bit, especially if it's affecting you in the way that you're saying. Unplug a little bit and start visualizing the life that you want, and it will come to fruition. I had to realize I'm somewhat selfish. I think you should be selfish, actually. I think life is ultimately about self, and whoever told us that it wasn't was just trying to make sure that we were subservient to somebody else. They needed us to come in and do the work they want to do themselves. Hold on. Let me disconnect you, Chris. Okay. Did anybody else want to come in and either answer this question or I'll pull another one? Hold on, let me pull another one. Okay. We got one. Hidden self. What parts of yourself do you feel like you've hidden from your family? Child, all of them. All of them. Anybody want to answer this question? Let me go to my little list. How do I invite people? Y'all know I don't know what the hell I'm doing on here. I don't know if y'all just call in or do I send y'all an invite? What happens? Let me just see. Hold on. So I guess I'll start by answering it myself and then we'll invite somebody in. So what parts of yourself do you feel like you have to hide from your family? I would definitely say for me, it's like the intelligent side. I think I've always kind of been intelligent. Hold on, let me invite in Reese. I sent you an invitation. I think I've kind of always been like very intelligent, and I think that has been something that I've hidden from everybody for a long time because that is the area where I was rejected the most. People don't like smart women. They do not like smart women. So yeah, that's me. Let me see. Anybody want to come in? Oh, hold on, let me go to the bottom. I felt that deeply. Or I can just pull some cards and we can just talk about it if y'all want to. Hold on, somebody said, okay, come on, Beth. Hey, Beth girl. Ooh, this is my jam. Hold on, she's connecting. Hey, Beth.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine. Oh my gosh, I love the live today. Every time I get on TikTok and I see you live, I was like, I get excited. I'm like, okay, class is in session.
Period. Thank you. I appreciate that. I be trying to keep it lighthearted, but I also be trying to, I'm somewhat of a preacher woman. So I be trying to make sure that y'all leave with something too.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love your videos. And there's one of your videos I just watched earlier, and it
Uh-huh.
resonates so much with me, but not on that right now. On the question that you just asked,
Hold on real quick. Don't
I want to
skip
answer
that.
that question.
Hold on, before you answer the question, what video were you talking about? We got time, girl.
It it was the video about being true to yourself. I don't remember the title, but to summarize, it was about being true to yourself. And in one word, stop giving a damn about other people's opinion
Oh,
about you.
oh yeah, that's the video I just posted. It was about that trying to prove that you're a good person
There
sometimes
we go.
leads you to betray
Yes.
yourself. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm from Haiti, and growing
I can
up,
hear
I
your
grew up with my
accent.
mom. I'm sorry.
I was just saying I could hear your accent.
Oh, yeah. So I grew up with my mom, and she was very strict because my dad wasn't around.
Mm.
So, being from the Caribbean,
Yeah.
they'll tell you respect. If adult is speaking in the room, as a kid, you're supposed to leave.
Yeah.
You don't ask questions. You do what you're told. Always being told, be a good girl, be a good girl, be a good girl. So I
Hmm.
grew up with that persona of, trying to be a good person.
Yeah.
And a lot of time I feel like I've never really belonged as a child.
Hmm.
And even now thinking back, sometimes it make me sad. I feel like, okay, that little girl inside, she
Yeah.
really felt like she didn't belong, whether it was at home because other kids in the house, whether my brothers or my sisters, was making fun of me because I used to suck on my fingers and they used to call me smelly
Yeah.
fingers and stuff. So I was like, sometimes kids wouldn't want to play with me because like, oh, I want to play with you. And they would call me that nickname. It would make you feel
Right.
sad, but you want to put on that tough face like, okay, it doesn't affect me, but really deep down, I'm hurt.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
So I grew up and then got older, go through high school, still feeling like you don't belong. You're trying to fit in, but not really,
Yeah.
not connecting with people. And then move through adulthood where married, have a partner, have children, and I still feel that void within me.
Hmm.
And now being in my 30s, and I'm like, I've spent all my life trying to, please other people, Willie, but I
Yeah.
did not know what it was called until I was on TikTok watching one of a video and you call it people pleasing. I was like, oh
Yeah.
crap, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. It's like
This is
living
what
your
I've
life
been
for other
doing.
people.
Girl, when I tell you, I started looking at my numbers like the previous guy was saying, my date of
Oh yeah.
birth, and
Yeah.
doing these little studies about myself, trying to find who I am and,
Hmm.
and, and what I want in life because I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I work full time, I have family. So the more I give, I feel like people just doesn't appreciate it
Yeah.
and they always want more from you. And then
Hmm.
when I speak up, they would say, like my husband especially, he would say, um, why are you being so rude or you're not being a good wife or
Yeah.
something within those lines. And girl, I'm telling you, the past 2 years
Hmm.
since I've been on this journey, this is the best I've felt my whole life. And
Yes.
this is the strongest I've felt my whole life because I
Hmm.
stopped giving a damn.
Yep.
If I don't like something, I speak up. I
Yep.
say, no, I do not like that. And
Hmm.
when I do that, he would say, you being contentious, you being difficult. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Let it be. And the
Hmm.
moment I start doing that, he started understanding that, okay, she doesn't care anymore. So he started tweaking some
Yeah.
things here and there.
Yep.
And I find it to be, well, now you when I do that, I feel like it's too late. I don't care
And that's
anymore
okay
because,
sometimes.
and
That's okay
I
sometimes
just,
because I think the hardest thing is when you try to set boundaries with people who have already benefited from your lack of boundaries. Sometimes that can be really challenging because for me, I had a best friend of like 20 something years. And I felt like she was really good at like dishing it, but she never could take it in return. And for me, I just didn't
Yes.
in being cruel to people to deliver my message. Like I feel like there's a way that you can communicate that's healthy and that does not make someone else feel like shit when you communicate.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I tried to set a boundary with her, and she tried to hold herself accountable. But I think anytime you're apologizing and you put the word "but" in a sentence, that is not an apology.
Absolutely not.
And I think it's really hard. So, I had to be okay with walking away from that situation. And I love her. Like that's one of my friends that I felt like I have constantly just taken the blame for certain things that have happened in our friendship just because I loved her and I wanted her around, even though she was doing some really messed up stuff to me. So it's just like, I think, when you start to actually put your boundaries in place and you see that they work, you start to realize you do have the power. And you don't have to, be a footstool to everybody else. And I'm proud of you for that, for standing up for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel stronger. I feel empowered. I feel like I can do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do or what you said. And I actually stop hearing those things and believing them.
Yeah.
And once I
Believing
stop,
them is huge though, because I think a lot of the issue with a lot of us is that we hear something and what somebody says, and because we value people's opinions, that we actually believe them, even though we know ourselves. Nobody is more qualified to tell you who you are than you are. So
absolutely.
when you grow out of that stage of just believing what people say about you, and you start to realize, wait a second, I don't feel that way about myself. The moment you have that, and you start to realize you have your own autonomy, right? And people have been treating you as if you don't have your own autonomy. That foot comes down like you stomping on roaches.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm on the ground, I got my foot on the ground.
Yes.
Oh, there's nothing you can do or say to shake me. I'm standing firm.
I love that for you. And then your kids get to watch you stand in your power. That's something that I feel like I didn't get to see as a kid. So it was really hard for me, stepping out to the world and to not play that role as the nurturer or the good girl. Because what happens is we put ourselves in these boxes and we think that we can't step outside this box. But when we actually step outside the boxes, we realize that it's better outside of the box than it was inside the box.
And a lot of time it's the fear that's keeping you in that box.
Yes.
Let me tell you something simple I realized earlier. It just clicked in my mind. I was going through a training. I filled out a Word sheet document. And it was a new computer I was using. And I couldn't figure out how to save the document. Every time I save it, it appears that it doesn't save. So when I create the email, I'm trying to attach it. And it's not coming up. And then I said, okay, let me just save it through one drive or something like that.
Yeah, I got you.
So I did that. And then I had the document open. So I went and I create the email. I attach it and it give me a little pop-up. It says, this document is already open. So in order for you to attach it, close the previous document. And here I am sitting there like, oh my gosh, if I close it, I'm going to use all those work that I did. And it's like, I'm thinking that it's not safe. So I'm like, okay, what's there? I close it, I lose it, I'm going to have to do it again. And the moment I close the previous document and then upload on the email fully the way I had edit the file, and I was like, wow, this is how it feels like when because of fear, you're holding on to things thinking that if you let go, it's not going to work out, or oh my gosh, I'm going to be lost. But the moment you realize like it's going to be fine, everything's going to work out, and you let go, and it all fall into place. I was like, the simple, easy things make me realize that.
Yes, the stepping out into the unknown. So many of us are afraid to step out when we don't see what the path is forward.
Yeah.
That's when all of the opportunities that you were not able to previously see because you still holding on to what's behind you, your anchor that's pulling you underwater, you still holding on to the anchor, so you don't get to see all the stuff that's in front of you. But the moment that you actually take the step, it's like the world opens up for you.
You are preaching, girl. You have no idea. Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
I love that for you, Beth. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you because a lot of women never take that step. That's huge. That's huge because they want to fit into what society wants us to be. They want to be a good little girl. But being a good little girl doesn't get us anywhere besides being stepped on and being abused and being used. And I think it's beautiful that you're starting to see that you are your own person who has their own set of needs. Because then you get to pass that on to your kids. So that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing that.
You are welcome.
And
It is
the
a pleasure to
analogy
be
ate.
here.
That analogy ate down,
I'm
girl.
telling you, it just clicked. And I wasn't
Yes.
even thinking about that. It just clicked. I was like, wow. Sometimes you have the biggest revelation
Yeah.
in the most unexpected time. And I was just doing something for work. Like I was like,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do. But truly I was feeling that in many different ways in my life. And
Yeah.
it clicked right then and there. I was like, okay, I have
But
to
that's how
have
you
faith
know,
and let
though.
go.
Yeah, that's how you know you're on the right path, though, because you start to find the beauty and the message and the wisdom in everything around you. So that's a beautiful, beautiful sign. It's like things just click for you and you just see it unfolding in front of you, and it just helps you to reach those heightened levels of awareness. So great, great analogy. You should make a TikTok about that, girl. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would double tap on that. I would. Send it to me.
I will think about it. I will definitely do that.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Did you have a message or anything you wanted to leave us with besides what you already gave us? Because it was great.
Okay. Well, the message I would leave everyone with today is to be true to yourself. You already know who you are. Deep inside, you know who you are. But you have that little devil sitting on your shoulder, talking in your ears. And sometimes it goes through other people around you. It uses their mouth to tell you things just to get you off track. Don't believe it. Go within, because all the answers you already have. It's all within you. All you have to do is take the step to find it within yourself. That's the first place to go. And of the questions that you asked earlier, the part that you hide
Yeah.
people, you hide from people.
Uh-huh.
The part that I find that I hide from people is, it's my spirituality. Here, let me explain.
Yeah.
I believe in God.
Uh-huh.
We used to go to church and everything, but I don't believe in the way that the church trying to portray God as something outside of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. Oh, let's go to the church. That's where we're gonna meet God. Like, are you serious? What the well is that?
Exactly.
God,
I agree.
I am God is with me. Wherever I am, He is there. He even says it in the word. Wherever you go, I am there. There's no part there's no part of you that's hidden from me.
Right.
So, and also, I am becoming into, that big realization that there's something bigger, and I'm searching, numerology.
Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius, so I'm only quirky.
Yeah. You're on the right path, though.
And I find that a lot of time I hide that from people. Even, there's a lot of things that I'm learning. I don't even share it with my husband because, he's on that, oh, I'm a preacher, I'm this and that. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever.
I feel
But
that.
the truth is, I don't see it that way. I'm just not verbalizing it. I'm learning and grow and get stronger for me.
Right.
But
And
it's a beautiful thing.
Anyways. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else anyway. So
Absolutely.
I agree with you. Beautiful,
It's a
beautiful
beautiful
message.
thing. So I will take your advice and make that video and post it about that analogy, because I'm telling you, girl, it just clicked. And another thing I've realized just another time I was dropping the kids to school, and on the way back, I was driving on that road, and then another car just come in. You know how those lanes merge?
Yeah.
And it just clicked in my head again. I'm like, damn, life is just a highway. You know, you're moving on your highway, you're going through your way, and then you meet somebody that come into your lane. Now, if you're
Yep.
not careful, you're gonna follow them to a whole different city.
Exactly.
And then when you get there, you're gonna, oh crap, how did I get here? That's not when I left my destination, that's not the, or when you left, wherever you left, that's not what you had in mind, where you wanted to go,
Exactly.
but here you are. So you
Yep.
got to be very careful with the people that comes in your life. Maybe for a short period of time you'll learn, but the biggest takeaway is stay true to yourself, because once you do that, you can never go wrong.
Facts. Not for real. You got to think this body is your car. You are the awareness in the car, and you're going to
Yep.
come across a multitude of different people, a multitude of different personalities, and all of them represent some aspect of you. So you have to figure out what is aligned with you and what's not aligned with you, what you want in your life, what you don't want in your life. And you have to be comfortable with just letting it come in and out. You have to be comfortable with letting it go, letting it flow.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Oh,
well,
thank you so much. It was a pleasure joining. I'm just gonna go down there and watch from there and let somebody else come up.
okay, well, thank you, Beth. You gave us some great analogies, girl. Let me know when you post that video.
All righty. Bye bye.
All right, bye, Beth. That was a good one, y'all. Hold on.
How do I drop?
It's okay, I got you. That was a good one, y'all. Beth knows some things, and I'm proud of you, Beth. Like that, big steps. A big part of your journey is standing up for yourself and being able to communicate your needs. And that's something I always struggle with. But one of the biggest things that I see when I'm doing psychic readings on people is throat blockages. There's so many people who don't prioritize their needs, specifically women. It's so many of us who don't know how to speak our truth, who don't know how to realize that we have needs too. So tell people what our needs are and what our wants are and what our desires are, and show up authentically, and when you have a blocked throat chakra, it blocks your ability to manifest. That's your manifestation center. So that's huge. And it's Venus energy. Taurus rules the throat. So it's about what you value and what you prioritize. So yeah. So I'm Keisha. She said, how can I get a reading? Sometimes I'll hop on here and I'll just do little random readings through the comments. But to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, because I'm in this burnt out stage. I don't know if y'all been catching my live, but I am so burnt out right now. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, I literally was going to get up this morning and start doing some more work for my YouTube content. And my guides keep telling me it is time for me to rest. So I'm just trying to figure out, what I want to do, how I want to show up. And once I get that, I'll start posting readings and stuff like that. And I'll let y'all know. But yeah, sometimes, like last time we were on live, you just got to catch me on live. Sometimes I feel in the mood, or people ask me a question and I start picking up information and I'll start doing some readings and stuff. And I even do some energy work on you if you need it based on what I'm reading. So I'll keep going live, because again, what I'm doing right now is just trying to figure out what I want to do. And I think a big part of that is just connecting with the community, seeing what you guys need from me. I've been getting a whole bunch of people writing me about mentorship. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do that as well. I didn't know if I wanted to like maybe start a Patreon or something, and maybe do like every Friday we meet and we just talk and do shit like this, or whatever. So I'm still trying to figure it out. But I want to make sure that I can show up in a sustainable way for y'all, where I don't constantly feel like I'm burnt out or anything like that. Because I want to keep sharing. I want to keep growing. I want to keep taking y'all on this journey with me, because I think so many of us feel like we got to take this journey alone. And so many of us have taken this journey alone. So yeah, I just want to build a community that feels safe. I feel stuck and all over the place at the same time, if that makes sense. You are being moved, baby. What's going to be really important for you, Keisha, is to surrender. Because it feels like there's a shit ton of resistance, but it's because a lot of things are happening all at once. So what I saw as soon as I read that was the Tower card. which means that everything that you have built up until this point was built on shaky foundation. And so now everything has to topple over so that you can rebuild it on a more stable foundation. So it feels like everything is chaos and everything is going awry, but that's not what's happening. You're actually getting what you have been asking for. But there's a process of an ending of cycle where everything that was standing in your way and keeping you from seeking or receiving that abundance before, everything that was prohibiting you from getting that has to come to the top in order for you to process it. So what you're going through is not a bad thing. It's actually preparing you to be able to manage whatever it is that you're asking for. Because it feels like you keep asking for something. And it feels like it has something to do with money, girl. Doesn't it all? I swear I was just about to ask you about mentorship. I definitely want your support and guidance. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if I want to do a Patreon or like how I can show up in that way. Because I do want us to have an actual community, like where we can come in, where we can feel safe and like a non-judgmental community as well. Because I think one of the most unique things about me is that I did not come from a heavy church background. And I feel like when you go a lot of these spiritual places, a lot of them did come from a heavy church background. So they have to unpack that underlying judgment, that underlying ick. It gives me the fucking ick, whatever it is. But they have to unpack that. And I feel like I don't really have that standing in my way. And my mama was very much so a Sagittarius. She hung out with the outcasts, baby. So I've been around outcasts my whole entire life. And I feel like, I haven't been able to find a space where I actually felt authentically safe. So I'm going to have to create that space. And I want to do that with y'all because I think that we do need a space like that where we could, feel like appreciated and heard and seen and all of the things, baby. So I'm working on it. I would love to join your community. Oh, thank you, Ray. I'm gonna put something together. I'm just so like that. I feel great abundance coming my way after everything I went through is finally coming. Yeah, I think a lot of us are going through a transitional period. I don't mean to make you cry, Keisha. But it's a good thing though. I want you to surrender. Whatever is going out and leaving your life, let it. Because I think a lot of times we'll try to manifest something and we don't realize that everything needs to shed first before we could receive that manifestation. So things will start to happen, like your car break down, like unexpected things come up in your finances. And it's like, well, you said you want to, live this specific life of a millionaire or whatever the case may be. Here is your time to act like the millionaire. Even when you're in bad times, you still need to show up as that person that you want to be. So a lot of it is just a test. Are you going to be able to handle this when you get it? Because can you handle it now while you don't have it? Hey, somebody just called me beautiful. And is, thank you. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for your knowledge and amazing vibes. Love you and your podcast. Oh, thank you. It still shocks me that y'all are still listening to my podcast. It still shocks me that y'all still listening to it because it feels like that was ages ago. And I think I posted the last episode for that last season in like March. But I don't know why that feels like that was years ago and it wasn't. I would definitely join your mentorship because I'm spiritually gifted and called to do something. Yeah. I'm being guided to start something new. I just don't know how to do it. The how is never your job. The what is your job. The how is the job of your guides. Your spirit team is gonna figure out the how. You just need to figure out the what and what your intention is. You're gonna focus on the what and make sure that whatever the intention is, that's what you're looking for. But the how is not our job. And I think sometimes we block a lot of our blessings when we start to focus on the how am I going to get this? Because then we worrying about it and worrying about the how is not your job. Release it release it to your people. Oh damn, powerful. Okay, I'm on the ride with you. Yeah, I need a healing for my soul, enlightened. Okay. Oh yeah, we still watch. Okay, you helping me right now? Oh shit, I'm sorry, y'all. You helping me right now? I've been asking for more money and I got in a car accident today. Yeah, things are being shifted in a lot of our lives right now, especially women, because women are waking up. Women are waking up. Women are waking up. So yeah, OMG, it makes my day, because I think what I honestly, ooh, these last two cards are kind of good. What I've been feeling is that we're gonna be the change makers. We are gonna be the ones to change all of it. G makes my day. The way you explain everything is incredible. The realist for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. Going through some majorly intense stuff lately. It feels like it will end up being activated though. It's something about you that's attracting me. I'm on a personal journey for mental and spiritual growth. It's probably my energy. You know, when people show up authentically and when people are standing in their light, they automatically attract the people that are for them. That's why I try to tell you all the time, if a psychic is reaching out to you and doing promotions, that's not how psychics, or most of the psychics I know, ethical psychics, that's not how they work. They ask their spirit team to bring them the people that they're supposed to help. A lot of them will not do any type of self-promotion. That's why I don't understand these new psychics who are reaching out. Like, a lot of people, if you went to psychic school or mediumship school or whatever it is, I don't know any psychics that reach out to anybody for a reading. The people who are meant for them will come and find them. Are you familiar with Talk to Tosh? Is that the girl who Cardi B sued? Is that the person? Let me know. And while you're doing that, I pulled the next question, which was, this is a good one. It says, what makes you anxious? Why does it make you anxious? For me, it's it's my own problem, my lack mindset. I get anxious when it comes to failing, and I get anxious when it comes to feeling like I'm not doing enough. And I think that I kind of like start focusing on it way too much, and I put myself in this lack mindset where I'm actually repelling whatever it is that I think, I'm repelling whatever it is that I'm trying to attract. So I get anxious about a lot of things, but I think one of my biggest things is like, am I doing enough? It's about my career. It's about success. It's about that type of thing. I do too much. Yeah, I feel like that's one of my biggest problems is I don't know how to sit down. Like, I've always had my hands in multiple pots, like my whole life. So I don't know how to just rest. I don't know how to be satisfied. I don't know, like, I'm always reaching for something else. And I get anxious when I feel like I'm not doing enough. Someone reached out to me and told me to message her and ask for a reading. Yes, don't do it. That's a scam. My right ear just started ringing as you said that. That must have been for you, baby. With that mindset too, I understand. She does readings but doesn't consider herself a psychic. Talks with Tosh. She does readings but don't consider herself a psychic. Well, what is she? What type of reading? She do like tarot readings? Because some people do tarot readings and they are not intuitive. Meaning that which you don't even know whose energy, because you got to think like, whenever somebody creates something, the energy of that person is on whatever they created. Okay? So, tarot, she's the only person touching them. I don't trust tarot readers who are not psychic or intuitive, but boxing myself, it feels like death. People leaving me. Yeah. I think that's a good one. Do you want to come on and talk to us about it? Does anybody want to call in and answer this anxiety question? Tarot reader here, also intuitive. They're scammers, period. They are scammers. A lot of them are. And you know what? Some people are a fake spiritualist. And they'll literally, I will see them steal from other creators who are intuitives and just copy and paste everything they say. Looking at prices when I shop. That's what I get anxiety about. Girl, I'm trying to have your type of problems. Hey friend, what we talking about? Just joined. Hey boo. So we're basically doing some shadow work. And I just pulled a card that it says, what makes you anxious? Why does it make you anxious? And people are just calling in and we're just talking about it as a group. Does anybody want to answer this question? I'm going to send out an invite. Hold on, let me look. Who's on here? I'm going to invite my friend who just said people leaving her. I want to talk to you, girl. Come on in. Wait, did you come in? Period. That's what I'm talking about. Hi, love.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I don't know how to do this.
Oh, no, girl. It's okay. You're doing great. We can hear you. What, is your name Katura?
Katoria.
I love that. That is so stinking cute. Hey, girl.
Hey.
So tell me what you mean by that, and tell me what you've been kind of doing to mitigate that.
I haven't really done anything yet because I just noticed it.
Okay.
And I think it stems from me like losing people early in my life. Like both my parents are gone, losing my grandparents, and constant people like dying, and then like even if like a relationship ends, I can feel anxiety in my chest.
So you have an anxious attachment style. That's what I just heard in my head. So you tend to try to hold on to people, and if it looks like they're gonna leave, you hold on tighter. You try more. Yeah, that's that anxious attachment style. And you know what? That's actually really normal. A lot of us have abandonment issues. Hell, I just healed one from my daddy. He was in and out, in and out, in and out, and that's like the worst when they still alive and they in and out. In what ways has that shown up in your life? Like, do you think it affects you in relationships and friendships, or is it one
Yes,
over the other?
Yes. I would say more relationships than friendships.
Okay.
But yes, it has affected both.
Yeah, I think that's really tough to navigate too, because I think that a lot of times when you have that wound, we attract narcissistic people. We attract people who are abusers and people who will see that and use that to their advantage because they know you're not going anywhere. And that's something I myself have experienced is people abusing that anxiety that we get when we're being rejected. So I think that's important. So when did you just realize this? Was it like a couple days ago, or?
I would say within the last month, because I've been dealing with somebody who I feel like is narcissistic, and so when every time like the relationship gets ready to end, I'm like, but you see all the signs, just let it go. But then I feel like this pain here.
Yeah, and that's grief. It's actually it's grief, and it's not just about that person. It's about all of those people you lost. So a key thing in like healing that anxious attachment is going back and looking at how those passings affected you, because a lot of when people pass and you so young, we don't really understand that it's not about us, right? And so what happens is the internalized belief system that we are is that everybody is going to leave us, right? So I think a big part of it is learning how to nurture yourself and saying, you know what, my people are going to come along. Because what starts to happen when you're in that situation with that back and forth, because I've been exactly where you are right now. I've been there. And I think what it is that we've been gaslit so much that we start gaslighting ourselves. Like, you know what, I'm not feeling what I'm feeling about this person. Maybe it's not that bad. You know, he's better than the last person. Like those type of things start coming up, and then we trick ourselves into it. It's not even them tricking you. It's you tricking yourself, and that disconnects you so much from your intuition, because then it becomes a situation where I feel like you stop trusting yourself and your own abilities. So my best advice to you, because I know I kind of put you on the spot and I still appreciate you coming on here. My best advice to you is just let it go this one time. You'll see that it does get better on the other side. And I think a lot of the work has to come in with revisiting those passings and how they made you feel, and realizing that you do have people that stay in your life. Look around at the people who stay and lean on that for support. And if you need support, you got my community, girl. You can just come back over here with us.
Yeah, I actually joined the telething today.
Oh, the Telegram? Yes, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be better about that because I don't know if people know this, but I had a spiritual community kind of situation, but I wasn't keeping up with it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, I really wasn't keeping up with it, and it was kind of running itself. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do that again, but be more involved because I want to have like exclusive content just for y'all, exclusive conversations just for y'all, and just stuff like this where we just come on and we talk about the stuff that's affecting us. Because I think it's important for us too, because there's so many people who have that abandonment wound, and there's so many people staying in situations longer than they should. And as a person who stayed way longer than I should, I stayed until I had no other choice but to leave. The longer you stay, the longer you're gonna have to come back to yourself. The further away from yourself you move, the further you're gonna have to come back. So it's just a matter of just choosing yourself. So I hope you get there, boo.
Another thing was like when my mother, I know for sure, like it really hurt me when my mother passed away,
Yeah.
and I literally tried to forget that she was even here.
Oh wow.
And so one day I had a dream that I was trying to put a train back on the tracks.
Yeah.
She came and visited me in the dream, and she touched me in my heart space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And it
she's
hurt.
telling you. Yep. She was telling you, you got a whole, your heart is really, really heavy. Your chest in general is really fucking heavy. And you feel really alone. You feel really alone. And it feels almost overwhelming. Like it's boiling up to the top and you keep trying to push it back down. You gotta allow yourself to just feel it. You gotta allow yourself to just feel it. And I know you think you're protecting yourself from the pain, but protecting yourself from the pain is also guarding you from the happiness as well that you could be experiencing. Yeah, your chest feels super, super heavy. It feels like it was a lot happening when you was a kid.
It was.
Did you bounce around a lot?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a safety issue. I don't think you ever felt safe, friend. I don't think you've ever felt safe in your life, and you keep searching for that safety. But now you got to realize, how old are you? You know what I mean? Asking.
35.
Yeah. So now you are old enough to make yourself feel safe. And I think the biggest thing that I keep hearing is that you need to go inside. It's time for you to turn inside, and it's time for you to look at yourself, because it feels like you don't even want to feel your feelings at all. It's like it feels like you literally have like something constantly pushing it down, and the more it comes up, you just push it back down. I think that it's important for you to allow yourself to feel it, and I think you need to go back and do some shadow work. You gotta look at all the stuff that's kind of plagued you in the past, because you may think it's not affecting you, but it is. Because it kind of just feels like you just turn a blind eye to it. Like you just act like it's not there, but it is very much still there, and it's affecting you in the way that you show up in your relationships, the way that you show up in your life as well. Do you have kids?
I have 2.
Yeah, I can feel that. It feels like you worry about them a lot as well. I think that it's important that you try to heal from whatever that pain is, because believe it or not, you've imprinted it onto your kids. And I think that they will have some of the same struggles that you have if you don't deal with whatever the issue is. And the struggle itself is self-love. I think what I keep feeling is when it feels like that they're leaving, you keep thinking that it's something you did. It's like you blame yourself in some capacity for what that is. And it's almost as if you've like told yourself that you must be defective, or something must be wrong with you because everybody keeps leaving. Like, sorry, I'm listening at the same time. Yeah, that's what it feels like it is. It feels like you blame yourself for them leaving. So what it's going to take is you going back into going deep back into yourself, pulling those up by the roots, allowing yourself to feel your feelings. Have you been crying a lot recently?
Mm-mm.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll be trying not to cry. I do hope my emotions is.
Yeah, it feels like I don't know what I'm feeling there. But yeah, it's gonna take you going back and doing some shadow work. It's time for you to heal from what's been hurting you. And I think a lot of your disconnection from yourself, disconnection from your gods, disconnection from that spiritual side comes from you not having awareness of your heart space. So my best advice, shadow work. I did a journal. I don't know if you seen, I don't know if you was in the live at first, but
I seen it in the link tree, and
no, yeah, so I did
I
a,
was thinking about getting it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a good body of work, but to be honest, this is just everything I did. I did everything by myself. I literally just start asking myself questions. I start trying to feel the feelings. And I think one of the biggest things that I did was start to meditate, because in that stillness, you can hear what's bothering you, and it'll start coming up. And the goal of it is not to suppress it. Allow it to come up and then just start writing it down. So let me give you what I did. Okay. So 5 minutes a day, that's all you need. Set a timer on your clock, turn on some type of air conditioning so you could listen and you can focus. And I want you just for those 2 weeks, for just those 5 minutes, allow whatever to come up. And as it comes up, say to yourself, that's good, but for later. So you telling your mind, I like that, but remind me later. Okay. And then you just gonna let whatever comes up within those 5 minutes. And then when you get out of that meditation, I want you to write all that stuff down, because that's the stuff you need to process. Because I feel like that you're not able to get anything new in because there's so much going on the inside.
Okay.
So the goal is going to be to align your thoughts and your emotions. That means you need to manage your thoughts and regulate your emotions. Now, your emotions are meant to teach you whether you like something or you don't. But some of us, our body becomes a casket for pain because we don't know how to let it go through us. As soon as it comes, we hold it and try to suppress it instead of letting it out on the other side. And I think that that's one of the biggest things for you, because it feels like you just keep pushing it down and pushing it down. And yeah, that's my advice. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm sorry. But I felt the heaviness on your heart as soon as you came in. Your chest feels really, really heavy. So, and I can tell you've been through a lot. You've bounced around a lot. And it's just a safety. I don't think you've ever felt safe. So I hope you find it. Find what you're looking for, babe. And if you need help, I am here. You can write me anytime. I promise you. I'm not one of those people who do not respond. If you write me, I will respond. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have a message or anything you want to leave us with?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Well, thank you for coming on anyways, because I know I put you on the spot and then I just started putting your business out there. So I'm sorry. But
Okay.
thank you for coming in. I love that. That's really brave.
You might have to kick me off. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, it's okay. I'll let you out. I love people who just have that sweet energy like that. Thank you again for coming in. I was kind of scared to get in your energy because you felt anxious. When I was getting there, I get anxious every time I think about not being sure of what my purpose is on the planet. Your purpose on this planet is for you to get to know yourself. That's it. It's that simple. I'm hot as hell. Y'all don't know what's going on. I'm having a hot flash. Your only purpose on this planet is for you to know yourself. And what does that mean? That means you have to explore. That means you have to go out and learn and grow and evolve and all of the things. That's it. That's everybody's purpose, is to know thyself. Journaling can help, even if it's notes app. Yeah. I would never thought that I was going to be the type of person who was on this app pubbing for people to start meditating. I never thought that was going to be me, but it quite literally changed the wiring in my brain. It quite literally changed my life. So I had to, because I'm not going to lie. I used to hate the love and light girlies. Like what? The people who was on here playing pub and manifestation, but I just didn't understand it. And sometimes we reject what we don't understand. So I think it's important for us to do that. Love and light and healing to you, sis. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the next one. So it says, how do you express anger? Do you bottle your anger up or blame others for causing it? Now, I will say, for me, when it comes to expressing my anger, sometimes I could be a little impulsive. It depends on what setting we are. Because if it's not family, 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna do it right when it happened. I'm gonna do it right when it happens. Do I bottle up anger? I would say probably yes. I'm a crash out sometimes. So I'm gonna crash out right then and there. But because my Mars is in Aries, so we get angry really fast, but we get over it really fast. So for me, what it used to be like back in the day is like my blood would start boiling, my ears would start getting hot, and the moment that I say something, I'm perfectly fine again. And I used to be like, damn girl, you are psychotic, quite literally psychotic. But now I'm a little bit different with my anger because one, it's really hard for me to get angry because I'm a Taurus. We are very patient. So if I'm getting angry, it's been an accumulation of things that I have not spoke on. And that usually is what happens with my family. Okay. So that's me. If it's somebody I don't care about, you're going to catch your issue. If it's somebody I do care about, you probably got about 5 times to play in my face before it gets ugly. And now what I've been doing is I've learned how to communicate in those situations, which is what was causing the explosion later on. Is that with family, I just wasn't communicating. I would just let it slide, let it slide, let it slide. But now that I'm big on boundaries and I'm big on communication, I'm gonna walk away. And when I come back, we're having a conversation about it. So how do y'all express y'all anger? I'm an Aries sun, Gemini moon, Virgo rising. Whoo! Yes, the tempers flare. The tempers flare over there. Me too, but I'm a Scorpio with the bottling up to exploding with my family. Yeah, so I'm a Scorpio moon. So my inner world is Scorpio. And I will bottle it up for my family because I love them. And I hate getting into it with my family. I hate having to be mean. That's probably what makes me angry is me having to be mean to you when you could have just been chill about the whole shit. When I get angry, I shut down. Just don't talk to anybody. I feel that. Are you still doing that though? Yeah, I hate being mean, y'all. It's not even in my anatomy anymore. It's like I don't want to be mean to people, but some people require you to be mean. I hold and suppress till I can't no more, and this can't control. I'm an Aries, yeah. And you know what's crazy is people think that Aries are just not emotional. Aries are one of the most sensitive signs. They quite literally wear their heart on their sleeve. They have huge hearts. They generous as hell. They're easy to offend. So it's just like, it's because they have that tough exterior on the outside. But they're very, very, very sensitive energy. So you got to be careful with how you treat your Aries people, because it may seem like they're, all put together, but let's not forget that is the infant of the zodiac. That's why they throw temper tantrums. That's what I'm telling you. Temper tantrums. Hard for me to come down off that emotion. Oh, that's a good one. Do you want to come in and talk to us about that? Because I think for me, anger is fleeting for me, meaning that I might, if I say something in the moment, I'm not carrying it with me. It's the moments where I don't say something, because then I go home and I play 13 different scenarios of how I could have knocked your head off your shoulders. So I damn near got to call you on the phone just to liberate myself. Aries are very emotional. Yes, I agree. You not ready? Okay, I get that. I'm sorry. I don't want to put y'all on the spot. I'm passive aggressive depending on my mood. See, but the passive aggressiveness be getting me. The passive aggressive be getting me because I feel like I have a hard time. See, my mama, I grew up in a house with a Sagittarius mama. There's nothing passive aggressive about a Sagittarius. They're very blunt and straight to the point. So to the point where when I got to college, I didn't know how reckless my mouth was until a man that I was dating had to tell me. Like, I don't know who you've been dealing with, but you're not talking to me like that. And that was the first time I had to check myself and be like, dang, am I talking to people crazy? Like, I had no idea. But a man had to gather me by my edges, like, girl, I don't know what you've been through, but you not talking to me like that. He was an Aries man, too. I'm not ready. Okay, that's me. How are the solar flares affecting you? I've been feeling exhausted. I've been feeling really exhausted. I've been feeling like I don't have energy to do anything. Okay, call in. Hold on, let me send you a little invite. Oh shit. Hold on, let me not make no mistakes. Hold on, let me send you a little invite. There you go. Come on in, talk to us about it. I just sent you an invite. And just so y'all know, the question is, how do you express anger? Do you bottle your anger up or blame others for causing it? Hey, girl.
Hi. Hold on. Let me. I got my baby in my arm, sitting here tuning into this. Let me put him down. About to give him to his dad so I can speak.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Hi, baby.
Hold on.
You got a boy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How old is he?
1 month.
You
2
got
months
a
on the 9th.
Oh my gosh, I know you're so obsessed right now. I
You
love
have no idea.
I love that.
Always in his face.
Wait, why'd you say you're not wanted here? What are you talking about? Royal Crown? I'm sorry, go ahead, love. I want to hear about your
I look a mess right now. I done took some of my lashes off.
Oh,
but
girl, it's okay. We at home. We just hanging out.
Hold on, let me
And if
see.
you don't want to put on your camera, you don't have to. It's up to you.
I would love to, because I feel like people would be able to see more authenticity in me if I put my face on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Needed to go.
Everybody's saying congratulations on the baby. That's
Thank
cute.
you. I don't know how to get the camera on.
Child, hold on, you asking the wrong person. I'm handicapped. I'm handicapped when it comes to TikTok.
I'm clicking on it. Live access needed to go live on video. Okay. Well, I do have. You can go live. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, it's okay.
Guess it's not meant to be. But speaking on that aspect of it, I was mostly tapping into the idea of lately how my anger has been, but I know that this is an energy of, as of right now, our shadows are being presented to us for us to be able to acknowledge it and work on it. So I've been catching myself in a mood of being easily triggered. And I said before in the chat, like, I'm a life path 3, so I know my words are very powerful. I know they have a lot of impact on people, so I have to be very mindful when I get into that state of anger. I have to be very careful what I say, because I've always been told my mouth and my words are like a sword, and I've always been told, you have to watch your mouth. You got to watch your mouth. Your mouth will be your problem. And I never understood it until now. Now that I'm being presented with everything and being presented with, like, showing, like, why do when I get angry, I have to find a way to simmer myself and acknowledge what's making me angry before I say something or do something. Mainly say something, because my words are very, I don't even have to do anything sometimes. I could just say certain things and it really can hurt people. Like, it can hurt people's feelings.
I think that one thing about that life path 3 is that is Sagittarius and Gemini energy.
Oh God.
So it's very much so that blunt, direct, straight to the point energy.
Yeah, and that's exactly, it's a good and bad thing for me. Like, some people, that attracts people to me and I'm able to use it for good. But then I also notice the downside is that when I get to that point, it can be like destruction. It's like, it's not funny, but it's like sometimes I notice that when I get into that state and I say something upon someone, it's like I'm cursing them unintentionally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just now starting to realize how powerful it is, if that makes sense. And when I speak upon my life and myself and my family for good, I realize how powerful it is, and it makes that shift and change for exactly what I say or what I manifest for us. So
Yeah. I think that's actually interesting that you say that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I said it's just been a whole like new thing with me acknowledging how, I need to work on my anger and letting go. That's another thing. Just, when something happens, I have a habit of holding on to it and like, I'm going to get you, like something, like, I don't know how to just like, it happened, they apologize, or it is what it is, let it go. Why are you still angry? Why are you still trying to, my fiance has a thing where he used to call me the vigilante Virgo. So my son's Virgo, so
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, girl.
karma. And I used to say, like, the other side of me, the devil on my shoulder used to be like, well, what if I am the karma?
Yeah.
What if I am the karma and I have to be your karma? But that's not always the case. And I have to learn when to let it go and move past it, That's the most thing that I'm kind of struggling with that anger. I completely, it's not easy.
It's not, because like anger is the part of you that wants to protect yourself. So a lot of people don't realize that anger actually comes from you feeling powerless as a kid. All of those times you weren't able to speak up or talk or defend yourself. So when you become an adult, it'd be like, yeah, I'm not playing none of that with none of y'all. Now I'm big enough to say whatever I need to say. So and I think we very much so do, and we go through a phase of doing that. But I think when you start to get older, you start to realize that that's you pulling yourself out of alignment, and that person is not worth it. Because a lot of times is you coming across all of these people who are probably low vibrational. In order for you to even interact with them, you got to lower yourself to get down to their level. And once you start really getting into your spirituality, you realize that a lot of that's not worth it. And I think another thing too is that you mentioned was what you speak can curse people. So I actually watched a documentary this week about your toroidal field. And we don't realize that when we're speaking, we're changing the toroidal field around us, which is how we influence other people's energy and where we intake energy, but it also shifts us through different dimensions. So when you are in that state of anger, it is literally shifting your vibration lower and lower and lower. So that's just another perspective on it, just of how to look at it from that way. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people's anger comes from powerlessness. Did you have that as a kid, or did you experience that as a kid?
In a sense, probably. Like, I know at one point in time when I was doing shadow work and I was really digging in deep, and I also experienced, going through therapy, and she kind of basically did the same thing, like did shadow work. Now that I'm able to see it, I was like 15, 16, but now I'm able to know what she was doing. She was basically diving in deeper into my childhood and having me dig up the root cause of why I get angry when I feel like someone's ignoring me, or when I don't feel heard. And when I feel like, if I say something to you, right? If I say, hey, 1 + 1 = 2, right? I'm telling you that's what it is. And you repeat back to me, wait, what you say? You said 1 + 3 = 2? I'm like, bro, like, you're not listening. You didn't listen to nothing I said. Like, I get upset because I'm like, dang, like, are you ignoring me? Are you not hearing me? Like, and I do it with my fiance sometimes. And sometimes it's like I have to reel myself back in and realize he's not doing it intentionally. He probably did not hear me, or, whatever. I always draw these different conclusions. And it's not even realistic things that are there. It's just something that I'm utilizing to probably make my anger feel justified, if that makes sense, in order to be angry towards him.
And I feel like too, though, I think you got to give yourself a little bit of grace there, because Virgo is about internal communication. And I don't think people realize how much y'all are in y'all mind and y'all are in y'all head. So sometimes, like, I think that there's a lot of assumptions that are made with that Virgo energy, and it's because y'all just trying to process it. But sometimes we can run with the assumptions, though. So I think you said something really important. You're not feeling seen and you're not feeling heard. That is something that I battle with, because I don't know if you've been following me on this platform, but I've been in anger management twice in my life because I couldn't get a hold of it.
She tried to put me in anger management too, but instead she gave me like a workbook. But I think she probably should have tried to put me in.
I literally just handed mine to my friend not too long ago because she was dealing with anger. I said, girl, I still got my anger management workbook if you want it.
Okay. That's exactly what I have.
I legit struggle with that, but I struggle with feeling unseen and unheard because I feel like I didn't communicate when I was a kid. It was so much, I was in a war zone. And I just was trying to keep the peace. So when I got older, I was just like, oh, all of y'all had me fucked up. Like, let's start there. And I went kind of on a rampage. So you got to look at those moments in your life where you didn't feel like you was heard. Like when you was a kid, like, how do you feel like when it came to communication in your house? How did that happen? Did y'all just argue and then just?
It was the biggest thing. It was the biggest thing for me in particular. Growing up, like it wasn't just in our household; it was my whole family. Like my mom, my whole family felt like they would use this term of, "Oh, she's too grown," or she says too much, or she knows too much, like certain things like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of put me in a state of trying to keep myself mute. So then once I got to the age of being able to speak my mind, it was like I didn't know how to control it properly because it's like finally freedom. I get to say what I want to say without you having authority over me or you having authority over me. So now I'm in a state of trying to deliver my message, but also be mindful of how it can make people feel, but also be able to speak my truth. Don't hold myself back either because I want to, prevent from hurting their feelings from telling them the truth. But I do see myself in that position now. Like a lot of people in my family constantly come to me for the truth. Even my mother leans on me for that. And I think that's because I done fully stepped into the element of my true gift in that aspect. So now I'm trying to find my way of doing it properly and being mindful on how I deliver it. Because I know it can come off a little too harsh. I was told sometimes that sometimes I need to show my vulnerable side because I don't show that a lot. And I just be raw and cut like, it is what it is. This is what it is. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like I keep hearing you got the gator shock. So when you say stuff, you cause transformation, whether you say it in a nice way or you say it in a bad way. But here's what I would recommend. This is something that I started doing. When people come to me, the first thing that I ask them, are you venting or would you like my opinion? If you venting, I'm not saying anything. I'm just there to support you. If you want my opinion, I'm going to give it to you. Now, what I used to do before I used to do that is when people come to tell me stuff, I would immediately start giving my opinion. But when you talk about people's life, sometimes it's really personal. And it don't even matter how you say it. They're going to take offense to it just because it feels like a very personal thing. And I think I commend you for just saying it anyways. Because sometimes it takes you going through that stage of just saying it how you say it so that you can learn how to communicate. And that's like good practice. Like I know, people will tell you like, oh, you need to pay attention to what you say, but sometimes that causes us not to say anything at all. So I commend you for just saying it how you can say it, and then you can figure out how to tailor that later. Like I feel like me learning how to articulate it in a way that was helpful took me a long time. So just give yourself grace. I think you're on the right path and you care enough to change it, which is awesome.
Yes, definitely. Because I see how much it impacts, and I see that the people around me, that's why they're around me, because they need that. They need to hear the truth, or they need to hear whatever I have. Because I know I'm filled with a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Yeah. So when they come to me, I want to be, this could be the Virgo in me, I want to be the perfect example of what I'm supposed to be. And I know sometimes everything ain't always perfect, You don't
gotta be perfect, baby. Let me tell you something about a Virgo. Y'all think everything gotta be perfect. You do not have to be perfect, baby. You being you is you being perfect. Because you gotta think that when you came into this world, you came with every single thing that you needed to survive the environment that you did. So maybe they needed somebody to come in there and tell them how it is. Tell them what's what. Because they don't have nobody like that, and that's why they depend on you for it. You being you is you being perfect. You don't got to change it.
That's so true. That is so true, because even after I say it, if they feel hurt or feel however they feel they be in their feelings, they still end up coming back to me anyway. Still want to talk to me about their problems anyway. It's like it's a pattern. I have it with my siblings. Like I'm the youngest and last child. I got 3 older brothers. I'm the only girl. And every last 3 of them, it's like I feel like I'm the oldest, if that makes sense. Like they come to me for everything.
Because
They
you gotta think
control
that women
me.
are divine wisdom. Women are intuition, pure intelligence, pure connection to the divine. So women are the people that people should be going to for insight.
Right.
You know, it's just that we've been disregarded in such a way. And I think it has to do with the time period you're born in as well. Because I feel like a lot more of women who are younger don't give a fuck. And it's because we need that type of energy. We need that type
I
of
was
energy.
born in 2001, so that's probably my era right there.
The Gen Z.
It's like I'm not holding my tongue. I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't, and whether you like it or not, it'll be what it's gonna be. And
Yeah,
at least
I feel
I
like
keep that
people,
truth
it'll
to
take
you.
them time to appreciate it, but they will eventually come to appreciate it. And once they actually start appreciating what you're saying in the moment, then you can learn how to tailor it and how to fix it. Because I think too, like, you don't have to be cruel in the way you articulate what you articulate, but sometimes when you do it in a moment, that's the only way you can get it out. So even
Right.
if you do it that way, forgive yourself because you know where your intentions were.
Right, and that's all I feel. I feel like if my intentions behind it is pure, that's
Yeah.
just what it's gonna be delivered to that person. Like you could feel how you feel in that moment, but at the end, you're gonna feel my intention behind it because I was always told I always have an answer to something. It's always an answer.
Yeah.
I always have an answer, whether it's something I never even experienced. I just have an answer. I don't know. It's just always been a gift of mine. You can ask me, I just have an answer, whether it's the answer that you like or you don't like, or it's.
You might have the energy of answering too. Have you done your human design at all?
No.
You should do it. It basically will tell you like what your subconscious energy is, which is your feminine energy, things you may not be aware of, but it's what other people notice in you. And then it'll also tell you in your conscious mind, that's what you're gonna know. That's what you're gonna think is your personality. But it tells you like what areas of your life this specific energy is affecting you, how you're experiencing it, and then the things that you'll experience because of it. You're probably a generator, which is somebody who came here to respond.
Right.
Which is why you probably have that Gator shock, like I explained, where when you do say something, it shocks people into transformation, whether they want to change or not.
That's so funny.
I would do your human design if you got your time of birth, location of birth, date of birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, go send it to
Oh,
DM
what
me.
do I? Okay.
Just DM me, and I'll send you a reading. I don't mind doing it. She left. She might be wanting to DM me. Okay, so wait, what was you saying, Royal Crown? She left. She might be wanting to DM me. Okay, so wait, what was you saying, Royal Crown? She left. She might be wanting to DM me. Hold on, can you hear me? I think she stepped out. Human design was confusing for me. Yeah, it is if you don't have somebody who knows how to understand it and who knows how to read it. It really helps if you have somebody who knows how to do it and knows how to do readings. Oh, thank you, Nia. Oh, I did a reading for you, Nia. Oh, yes, I did. I did a reading for Nia based off our last live because I did some, I was doing some psychic readings just based off of some of the things in my comments. And Spirit was calling me to do a reading for Nia. And I think she left. Let me just... Spirit was calling me to do a reading for Nia, and I did. And me and her have really, really similar energy. Human design is it literally quite literally changed my life because I was so out of alignment and I didn't realize how out of alignment I was because I didn't really understand my energy. So if you're trying to understand your energetic blueprint and you're trying to understand how your energy exists, how it appears, the shadow sides of your energy, how it appears when it's in alignment, like human design is definitely a great place to start. Can you talk about what to do after shadow work? Like, what do you do after answering them journal prompts? So for me, it's implementing them, okay? Because a big part of shadow work is unpacking the belief system that you have stored in your subconscious mind. Oh, thank you, baby. I will send you a message as soon as I hop off a live. So a big part of shadow work is going into your subconscious mind and figuring out the stuff that's hidden from you, which is going to be where your belief system is stored, right? So once you can identify what the problems are, what the negative self-talk are, right, you have to actually implement those things, because people don't realize that spirituality is a practice. You need to be practicing it every single day. So the part of the Bible that says, you know, cleanliness is next to holiness is telling you that in order for you to be spiritually clean, anything that happens in this reality affects the spiritual reality, really vice versa, as above, so below. So if you want to clear your energy in the physical realm, you need to clear your body, clean your body. If you want to clean your space in the spiritual realm, you need to clean your house. Like everything kind of needs to mimic each other. So you need to put those things into practice. So every time that you start saying those negative self-talk, because now you've identified what they are, every time you have a thought that's associated with that, you need to manage it. And it's going to take some time for you to manage it, and realize too, that once you start doing shadow work, what it's doing is pulling you out of survival mode. Now, when you get out of survival mode, I don't think people tell enough people this, but you will go through a period of exhaustion where you feel like you can't do nothing for about 2 weeks. The reason why this is happening is because your body has been operating in survival mode, which was never sustainable. It was never meant for you to be in survival mode for years upon years. Survival mode is supposed to help you to survive an emergency situation, and that is it. It's on and off. But because your body has been operating in survival mode for so long, your body's like, holy fucking shit, I thought I was never gonna get out of that. Right? It's trying to keep up, but it's getting exhausted, it's getting wore down. So you'll go through this period of exhaustion. You'll go through this period where your ego is fighting you, where your ego is telling you, no, we like that. Because your ego doesn't care about you being happy. Your ego only cares that you survive. Your ego is your inner child. It's that part of you that is terrified of repeating the patterns that hurt you as a kid. Okay? So what you're going to do after you do the journal prompts, this is about identifying the problem. Okay, that's what this is about. Identifying the problem, figuring out what negative self-talk you have for yourself, and then trying to release it. And then you need to make sure that you are practicing every single day. You're meditating, you're managing your thoughts, you're regulating your emotions. So you need a period of time where you're practicing that. And then after that, you need to be the driver of your life. Okay, everything in this life can be mitigated with awareness, higher and heightened awareness. Okay. For example, willpower. Willpower usually kicks in when you're in an internal conflict between two things and you're trying to figure out what's the right thing to do. When you have heightened awareness, that dissolves on its own, because when you know better, you have to do better. So biggest advice is when you are, out of active healing, it's about maintaining it. It's about making sure that you're showing up as your authentic self. And the more you show up as your authentic self, you won't even have to pay attention the way that you got to pay attention in the beginning. Yes, because your ego is that little girl, that little boy inside of you that is fucking terrified, that didn't feel protected, that felt a lot of shame and a lot of guilt, was blamed for a lot of shit. That is who's driving the car. So you got to make sure that you nurturing yourself and you telling your little self like, hey, look, we are safe now. I got us. You got to trust me. Okay. And I have the conversation just like that. I go into meditation and I go sit with my little self and we have a conversation, because you got to revisit how you felt. A lot of us think we know how we felt, but because we are protecting ourselves from pain and protecting ourselves from our feelings, we don't actually understand the gravity of how much pain we were in. So when you go and here's a meditation, go imagine yourself in a safe place, the safest place you've ever been. Walk into the room and see your little self sitting on the bed. Look at the facial expression. How do you look? Are you happy? Are you sad? Like, what's tea? And then sit down and talk to yourself. I'm telling you, if you just let the conversation flow, don't have no expectations. Whatever come up, just let it come up. Let the conversation flow. Get out of that. Do a journal about it. Make sure you write it down, but you'll probably be in fucking tears. So you might need to cry it out first. But you need to meet your little self. And then after you have that conversation with your little self and they tell you how they felt, you need to hug them. Tell them it's going to be okay. Look them in their eyes and say, you know what? I got us now. I got us. I've been trying to find my awareness in cautiousness, honestly trying to ground myself more as well. Yeah, meditation, I'm telling you, meditation changed the game for me. And if you actually look it up scientifically, it rewires your brain. Your brain is not the same when you start meditating. And the whole purpose of meditating, the whole purpose of your spiritual journey is to go from this period of activity, right? Where you're moving into a period of rest where you slow the fuck down. The biggest thing you can do on your spiritual journey is slow down. Literally, slow down. Don't make no decisions within the moment that you get them. Literally give yourself 24 hours. Like literally start putting rules in place for your life to help you to slow down, to make sure that things are actually aligned with who you are. Will meditation help procrastination? Yes, because procrastination is just anxiety. You don't feel like you are capable of doing whatever it is. So you just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So going into meditation, calming your brain, it really helps. Meditation really helps you to get out of survival mode. What do you think about time passages? What do you mean by that? What do you mean time passages? Is it like are you talking about like the app? Okay. My book will be here Thursday, period. Let me know how it goes. Because I'll tell y'all some of these. Yes, the app. I think some people actually, I liked the app when it first came out, but I feel like I'd rather, my biggest thing was me learning the information myself so I didn't have to depend on nobody else. And I think when you actually start reading books and you actually start digging into stuff, you find these little tidbits that you can't find from those apps. You find those little tidbits or that little piece of information that separates you from other people when you give in readings that I think you don't find when you don't actually go look for it yourself. So I always suggest that, yes, you can use those apps. I use Astrology Master to figure out the moon cycles and stuff like that. But I think the most important thing for you to do when you're trying to figure something out is don't depend on anybody's work but your own. Take it from Diamond from Players Club. Don't trust nobody work but your own. Literally go and start researching it yourself, because I think too, when I give human design readings, it's a huge difference between my readings and a lot of people. And it's because I've read multiple books. I have different perspectives, and then I just kind of bring it together. Could you talk about projectors? Yes. Now, projectors are the seers, meaning that you guys see things in a way that nobody else does. You guys are the innovators. You guys are amazing when it comes to creativity. I'm talking about top fucking tier. Don't share your ideas because people are bound to steal them. Even if you think you can trust them, don't do it. 1. 2, y'all help us come up with a more efficient way of doing things. So the organization of a projector, crazy, insane. Even if you think that they're not organized, they know exactly where everything is and they know exactly how to put shit together to make it streamline the process. Y'all are the conductors though. Y'all are not built to be exhausted. And I think the problem with projectors is that y'all try to operate like generators. And because y'all constantly try to operate like generators, at 40, y'all burn out. Y'all burn out, and it literally destabilizes y'all to where y'all can't go to work. Y'all can't do nothing. It's like y'all throw up y'all hands and y'all quit life altogether. So it makes it really hard for you to be parents if you don't have the right community around you as well. Because like I said, you're not designed to be exhausted. Okay, so you got to have a really good support system around you. You need to go to sleep before you get tired. Because if you don't go to sleep before you get tired, it's going to appear as insomnia and it's going to mimic ADD, ADHD behavior. Meaning you're going to wake up like a chicken with your fucking head cut off, losing things all over the fucking place. And it's because you're not getting enough rest. Okay. You're going to be the type of energy that needs naps. You're going to be the type of energy that needs frequent breaks. But yeah, what does it mean when you keep jumping in your sleep? What does it mean when you keep jumping in your sleep? Are you having nightmares? The first thing that I hear when you say that is you don't feel safe. You probably have trust issues. Let me know in the comments if that's right. Okay. Thank you, OG. I'm a manifesting generators. Manifesting generators are not good team players. And it's because y'all multifaceted as fuck. And y'all could just do everything y'all self. So y'all would rather that somebody just come tell you what needs to be done and y'all do it yourself instead of wasting the time to try to teach somebody else how to do it when you could just do it right now and get it done faster. So it makes it hard to work in groups with manifesting generators, but y'all are like the octopus of the group. Y'all are the multitaskers. Y'all are meant to be able to manage multiple things at once. I must be one of those. Last but serious, you probably are. Projectors are about 20% of the population, where manifesting generators and generators about 70% of the population. So also make sure if you are a projector, you sleeping next to a generator or a manifesting generator, that at least 3 to 4 times a week you sleep by yourself. 35, so yes, I know what you mean. Oh yeah, let me say something too. Because understand that if you are 35 and older, it's gonna be really hard for you to rewire your brain, which means you have to actively continue to reprogram your brain. You cannot give up, because what tends to happen at 35, if you've been operating away, your brain has made shortcuts for specific things. You don't have a lot of neural pathways in your brain. So what happens is that if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you've been operating on this automatic system for a while, what it is that you'll send the message from the brain, but it never reaches the body. It never forms that neural pathway after 35 unless you are constantly doing it every single day. So if you're over 35, it is going to be harder for you to change your behavior. You have to know that. You have to go into it with that understanding, because you're going to have to work harder than everybody else. That's why they say, oh, people, oh, they just are who they are. You just got to leave them. And it's because of that. It's because your brain literally will not form the neural pathways because it hasn't ever had to in 35 years. You know, so understand that too. I can't remember most of my dreams. Why? I think something is happening with our dreams. I think something is happening with our dreams. That's the only thing that I'm going to say about that. I don't think that it's because you can't remember them. I think that something is happening. But what I would do is make sure before you go to bed, you set the intention that you're going to remember your dream. And then start keeping a dream journal, because when you keep a dream journal, you're telling your body, hey, I want to remember my dreams. And it will follow suit. Savannah, slow down. I'm sorry, baby. Savannah, slow down. I'm sorry. Y'all know sometimes I get into that mode. I kept seeing my birth date for weeks after looking it up. It says I'm in a season of completion. Yeah, usually when you're seeing your birth date, it is a sign that you're on the right path. So I'm always waking up between 4 and 6. Is that astral projection happening? No, that is the witching. Those are the witching hours, which means that's when the veil is the thinnest. So sometimes during that time, you're actually feeling the energy around your physical body. So you rush back from the astral plane into your physical body to see what the fuck is going on. So what's crazy is, I told y'all, the first day I brought home my kitten, she was 6 weeks when I got her. Her mama was so sad because she was the last of her babies to go, but her mama was an alley cat. She was out there popping that cat, and she kept having babies, so they were just giving them away. So I take her last baby. And Aura, if y'all met her, she's a crybaby. She's needy. She's dependent. She's crazy too, right? The first day that I brought her home, she was in my room screaming, and I thought something was wrong with the damn cat. But I end up getting her to calm down, and I go to bed. When I go to bed, I wake up about 3:35 in the morning, and her mama astral projected into my room to come see her baby. Cats are more intelligent than you think that they are. I'm telling you. But during that hour, that's the witching hour. Really, 12 o'clock on a full moon is a witching hour. But between 2 and 5 is when the veil is the thinnest between this world and the next. Well, my baby is a generator. Ooh, shit, damn it. Y'all know this thing be flipping too fast for me. I can't even hear the music. Well, my baby is a generator, and she's got to see in her own bed more than with me. So, right, yes. You got to put her in her own bed. That baby's going to be okay, too. Generators can push through where everybody else would quit. So let them just figure it out by themselves sometimes. Now I'm in a good spot in my life, but earlier this year I did encounter ending of a friendship. Let that friendship go. It was not serving you. And it feels like they was taking a lot of your energy. When I have a dream, it feels like a movie, literally. Yes. Yes, it is. It is. And 9 times out of 10, it is a message specific to you, meaning that whatever it is, it's you going into your subconscious mind and creating a reality to tell yourself something about you that you have hidden from yourself. I swear, because I used to dream and lately I can't. Yeah, something has happened. I think they're being taken. Not one good term, not on my end is what you think I'm completing. Hold on, not on good terms, not on my end. Is that what you think I'm completing? I don't think it's about completing anything. I think it's just a sign that, hey, you're moving in the right direction. I think you still have a ways to go. I think you still have a ways to go, but you just ended a cycle. Not full completion, but I think you just ended a cycle. I think you're starting to choose yourself more. I got a dream catcher and those radiation stickers. Love that for you. I'm a dreamer and something is happening with my dreams. Yeah. For your dreams, record voice memos and paste them in your notes app. That's what I do. Yeah, see, I just have like this little journal. It's actually really cute. I got it off Amazon. It's like one of those vintage journals that, hold on, do I have it right here? Let me show y'all. Oh shit. Leave it up to me, I'm gonna fuck some shit up, I tell you. I don't have it up here, but it's like a little one of those little vintage journals with the vintage pages that you can get off of Amazon. It's so cute. I try and write down my dreams when I wake up, but most of the time I still can't remember them to write them down. Yeah, just write down what you can remember. Because sometimes it comes up later. Oh, I wonder what's going on when I wake up that early, because it's every night and morning, yeah. You're just probably really sensitive to energy. So what's your take on waking up on angel numbers? Sometimes I do that. That's a message directly to your guides, because when you're waking up, the other day they gave me a name, which is crazy, but sometimes when you're waking up and you're in that lucid state, that's the only time where your team can reach you because you're too distracted throughout the day. Oh, this is my song. Y'all used to swim in the summer, like literally just go and swim in the summer and just listen to music like this, because I'm a floaty ass bitch. I love floaty music. I love the you know, the float. What's a generator? So I'm a generator. Generators are meant to respond. That's what I told you probably was. Did you just look it up? But a generator is here to respond. We are here to raise the vibration. That's why so many of us, 70% of the population, 35% generator, 35% manifesting generator, but they're mainly, both of those are generators, and by default. You have sustainable energy when it comes to your life force energy. You're meant to push through where others can't. You're probably going to be a change maker. My neighbor's black cat is always laying by my front door like she's protecting. She probably is. Do you know cats are the gatekeepers of the spiritual world? They can actually see through multiple dimensions. Hey, I just seen your Silver Point video. I'm watching it tonight. Silver Point was good. It was cute. I will say that it is one of those coming of age stories or whatever. It's a little slow to start, but I thought it was interesting. Even like the shapes that they used and shit. But when you get there, come back and talk to me. Y'all know I love any of the arts. I'm literally going to see Hamilton this week. It's on Broadway in LA. Can't wait. I'm obsessed. Because I don't know if y'all knew this about me, but I used to dance ballet, jazz, contemporary. Like, that was like my great. I loved it so much. I loved it. So that was like my escape when I was a kid. I actually put myself through dance academy, and like I literally worked when I was in high school so I could pay for dance academy. Sam, I think I'm a dream psychic, and a lot of dreams have taken place in the dark this year. I have prophetic dreams, dreams that come true. And yeah. Do you do Do you speak with loved ones? Yes, I do. I do speak with loved ones actually. I actually oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. I do. That's actually how I learned. That's how I learned my gift was speaking with people who've passed away. I think that I can make a connection really easy to people who have passed away. The thing is this. Sorry, it's a lot of, I'm distracted by a lot of things right now because this is my favorite part of the song. So I'm trying to like do two things at once. My mind is everywhere. But yes, I do connect to people who have passed away. And I get a lot of information from them, to be honest. I've surprised myself. I think that was me when I was learning my gift. I was really surprising myself because I was able to pick up on shit that I genuinely didn't even know that this was in me. Like I had no fucking idea. I just told that I was a medium. I was told that I was a medium. And it's like I kind of believed her because I was just like, I mean, my dreams do come true. And I never had said that out loud because I felt like people would think that I was batshit fucking crazy. And I already had the crazy bag cornered. I'm like, I don't need no more crazy in my life. Then I went to school and she basically showed me this method, but you don't necessarily have to have a method. Yeah, I started talking to people's past loved ones. I've talked to this girl whose mom passed away while she was at school in a car crash, and she was a passenger. So I had spirit put a seatbelt across my chest, but I didn't understand what it was because I thought that it would be coming from this way, but she was a passenger in the car, so it came from the right direction. I've actually talked to one lady, her uncle died at sea and he never came back and they never got any answers and he absolutely drowned at sea. Another kid was 16 driving home, got hit by a drunk driver. He tried to slam on his brakes, but that wasn't enough. His energy was like Tigger. He was so bouncy, like he was excited. Like if you ever channel kids' energy, it feels very light and it feels very like boop, 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 boop. Like it's just bouncing around. Who else have I channeled? Oh, I channeled this lady, and I don't even know this. The lady that I did this reading for actually be in a lot of my lives. I don't see her, but her grandma back in like the 70s had her own like veterinarian shit on wheels. And when I seen her, she had a whole bunch of animals around her, and she kept on saying that she was the pet wrangler. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I asked the lady, because back then women didn't work. You know, it was like 70s, 60s, like, you know, like she had been, you know, doing this when women wasn't doing this. She was a fucking pioneer and icon. She had great energy. She actually stayed around me for a little while. Sometimes I got to tell them to go back to where you came from and get about my house. I've had my friend's father come to me before trying to relieve himself from karma that he did when he was here. And I was like, absolutely the fuck not. That don't got nothing to do with me. So I'm not to call them folks and telling them that you sorry. That don't got nothing. Nope. But yeah, I do. Trying to do everything right, but nothing's been happening for me really these last couple of months. You got to stop trying, baby. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You are causing your own pain and suffering because you think that you're supposed to be somewhere else. Let go and be the observer. Just kind of let it happen. You know, things have to fall apart sometimes in order for them to come back together stronger. And a lot of us are going through a purging cycle, like I said, because the divine feminine is waking up. Should you write them even if they are bad? The dreams? Yeah. Because that's probably the shit that you fear. And to be honest, when I stopped running in my dreams and I faced it, it disappeared. I channeling the song Focus by Her This Rising. Yeah. I run my dreams pretty much every morning. What does being a reflector mean in human design chart? That's one of the most difficult energies to have because y'all are open everywhere, which means that everybody is constantly influencing your energy. So I suggest that you clear your energy like habitually. But you're meant to be the fabric that keeps everybody together. So you being open everywhere allows you to figure out, check the temperature of everybody in the group and make sure that everybody has what they need. But it's difficult to have because you picking up on everybody else's energy and none of the energy belongs to you. Which can be hard to grapple with. How about someone tapping your hip while dozing off, but you live alone? It's probably a spirit, baby. It could be there might be something wrong with your hip. I will go get it checked out. Are you experiencing any pain in your hip? Is it your left hip? How would you know what people are? How do you know what you are? Wait, hold on. Oh, if you're talking about human design, you just need your go to myhumandesign.com or go to humdes.info, mybodygraph.com, any of those. And just put in your date of birth, your time of birth, and your location of birth, and it'll tell you what you are. Can you go a little bit deeper about manifesting generators? Yes. Sometimes y'all are like a fucking freight train coming through because y'all are really good at problem solving. So somebody comes to y'all with a problem, y'all already know what the solution is and y'all start moving towards that solution, but y'all don't consider the people that's involved and it's gonna affect. So let me give an example. My auntie is a manifesting generator. Her son is a generator. She has all but completely fucking handicapped him. Meaning that she's done everything for him his entire life and he'll beg her, just let me do this one thing. And she just feels like I can do it faster. So she just does it. That's a tension point in their relationship because when it comes to that manifesting generator energy, you have to inform people what you're doing if it's going to affect them. That's the manifesting energy. But the generator energy is also responding. But when you're responding, that means something has to happen first. So making sure that you just not jumping in and giving your opinion without asking them, are you venting or would you like my opinion? Because sometimes that manifesting generator energy can be a little overbearing, especially if they operating out of alignment. When you're out of alignment, it appears as frustration. When you're in alignment, it appears as satisfaction. So you need to look at those areas where you get frustrated and where you don't feel satisfied, because those are going to be the areas where you're out of alignment. What else? That's pretty much the basics of a manifesting generator. I would have to know more information about like what your strategy in life and stuff is too. Animals and kids are drawn to me. You probably have a connection with the Divine Mother, my dear. You in Cali too? I am. Are you in LA area? I need some friends. What does it mean when you're able to connect with loved ones that have passed on in dreams? They're probably coming to visit you and you're probably a medium. A lot of times they'll come to the person who they know is a medium and who they know they can get through to. Sometimes it's not even my loved ones. Yeah, you're probably a medium, baby, and you just don't know it, but you're too distracted in your day-to-day life for it to happen when you're awake. Sometimes it's not even my loved ones. My dreams too, sis. Yeah, I woke up one night after my name was being called and it was at like 3 a.m. It didn't feel evil, it felt at ease. Yep, that happens to me sometimes too. And sometimes it could be, oh shit, didn't it? Sometimes it could be to, keep you from falling into a nightmare too. Oh wow. That happened to my niece and my sister. My sister Winnie passed away 3 years ago. Does the guy I'm with really love me? If you gotta ask that, the answer is probably no. They said the strike was already over already. Okay. What are your thoughts on the difference between dark energy and gravity? Hold on, let me just not skip past my good sis though. About the guy. Baby, one thing you gotta understand about a woman is our intuition never lies. If you think it's happening, it is. You know it and you feel it in your soul, but you don't want to believe it. Could there be love there? Yes. But always remember that guys are always going to do what's best for them first. Okay. What are your thoughts on the difference between dark energy and gravity? Gravity is a theory. Gravity is not real. They have not proven that gravity even exists. It is just a theory. It's just a theory. It was left hip but no pain. Yeah, I felt it when you said that. The tapping at the left hip, but you don't have any pain. I will go get that checked out just in case. Are you sure? You might be holding trauma there too, because I feel as soon as you said that, I felt the tapping on my hip. What does it mean if my right eye is twitching constantly throughout the day? I don't necessarily know. It could be water. It could be the energy. You could have a lot of energy concentrated in that area that needs to be released. So that's a left brain issue. I'm a problem solver. Does the guy she's asked that. Yes, in Corona. Who should? Can I book with you? I want to reach out to a loved one. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with that. I don't have like prices or anything on readings right now because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, y'all. I really don't know right now. I really don't know. Sam, I want to book a reading soon. Stress. Yeah, hello, Queen. I'm new. Hey, boo. How is gravity a theory? It's never been proven. They never proved it. It's just a theory that we run with, but there's no proof that gravity even exists. What can you suggest in tapping into mediumship? I say what I did is I went to go get help. You definitely want to do it in an environment where somebody else who is a medium is there, just because there are tricks or spirits that will come through. Like what's your gift? Are you clairvoyant? I mean, you have all of the gifts, but like what are you experiencing that makes you think you're a medium? I continue to dream about my ex, then I dream about his teenage nephew holding a candle looking up. Your ex do magic? Do your ex do magic? Or does his mama do magic? That feels like a warning of something. I believe so, yeah. I think you're dreaming about him because he's making you dream about him. What does it mean when you hear your name at 3 a.m.? It doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. It's just, again, that's when the veil is the thinnest. So somebody could be trying to make contact with you. I was thinking I need to see a shaman. I've been having so many experiences in spirituality. What type of experiences? Because I dream about my sister who passed and other close people I know who have passed. I mean, you could dream about them. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You said that earlier. How are you dealing with they passing? Are you still holding on to it? And does the dream feel like it's a real dream, or does it feel like you're somewhere else? They don't know. If gravity is a theory, what is the force keeping objects grounded to the earth? That's what they don't know. They don't have an answer for that. Gravity has never been proven. It's just the closest theory that we have to it. You can look this up. I promise you. You don't have to trust me. Go look it up. I've been telling my ex to get out of here before I go to bed. Hold on, Key. Okay. He be physically in your room? Seeing spirit animal, owls, especially when I'm getting downloads. So many to write. Yeah. I think you said that last time you were on here. Owls are a symbol of wisdom. So you're probably getting divine insight from a being. I trust you. I've been asking a lot of questions about the sciences and it has basis. Yeah, science is supposed to help you to like prove why things happen in this physical reality, but not everything is physical. This is the realm of effects, meaning that everything has its cause in the spiritual realm anyway. So what we really need to understand is the metaphysical, not just the physical. What does it mean to dream inside of a dream and seeing a loved one? You're probably somewhere else. And they probably pulled you in that direction because, you know, spirits actually have more influence than we think that they do. On the eclipse, I was manifesting and my alarms went off for no reason. It happened to me twice. You're not supposed to manifest on the eclipse. That is chaos energy. I would never manifest on the eclipse. That is not the time for you to manifest. Oh shit. I know that I'm dreaming and realize they are gone. Yeah, no, they probably visiting you. What I would do to like try to develop your mediumship gifts is you need to get more connected to yourself. Because when you connect to yourself, you connect to energy. When you can feel your own energy, you can feel what other people's energy feels like, even if you're in a dream. Like I've literally had somebody in a dream try to invite me into a house and I felt all this negative energy. And I'm like, I don't know who you are and what you are, but absolutely the fuck not. So yeah. I love my rose quartz today. Is there a meaning behind that? I lost my rose quartz today. You probably didn't need it. You probably didn't need it anymore. Crystals will leave you when you don't need them anymore. Hold on real quick, y'all. I keep seeing stuff and thinking I see stuff everywhere, like not physically, but I let him, oh shit. I let him in a few dreams, and the other day I was like, you gotta go. Yeah. Yep, he's probably trying to make contact with you. I dreamt that I did the digi with my ex of 35 years ago, and it was as bad as it was 35 years ago. Now that is funny. Oh, you didn't know until last minute it was an eclipse. Yeah, you don't want to manifest on an eclipse at all. I'm 18 with a lot of debt already. Do you think I should pay it with everything going on in the world? Debt is not real. That is not real. Look up a 609 letter. Look up an administrative process. That's what you need to do. A private administrative process. Go to YouTube. Go to this YouTube channel called Robots and Patriots. Robots and Patriots. Secured party creditor information. Look up that. Oh shit, damn it. I'm about to hop off here in a minute, y'all. Taj, hey sis, good to see you live. I can see my notifications still ain't working right. Yeah, they be trying to hide me from y'all. Do you think there's a spiritual meaning to having a miscarriage? That is actually a really good question. The answer is yes. And the answer is very simple. Sometimes the spirit is not ready to come to this side. And it doesn't mean that they will never come. Sometimes when you have kids later on after a miscarriage, it's the same soul. But sometimes they'll get cold feet, like any other thing. They get cold feet and they're just like, yeah, I'm not ready. So the soul never goes into the body. Because the whole time that you're pregnant, the soul is going in and out of your womb. The baby's soul is not always there because the baby is still learning what it needs to learn in order to prepare to come over here. So it's not a bad thing. Sometimes they're just not ready, and that's okay. Will it be possible, ethical, to create machines based on metaphysics in the physical world? I think they already have machines. Like CERN's machine is about metaphysics. I'm 18 with a lot of debt. Oh shit, I already read that. I'm glad I made you laugh. But I do dream that. You need to clear your womb. Because to be honest, I don't think that is who you think that is. So you need to clear your womb. Because you can have attachments at your womb as well. Incubus who come in while you sleep. My ex called the day before the eclipse. He's saying chaos explains it all. Yeah, hell yeah. Exes always come back around that time. Full moons too. But what about the debt mail every month? Once you learn how to do an administrative process, you can respond accordingly. You need to respond with a conditional acceptance. You provide me the original debt instrument with my original wet ink signatures, and I will be glad to provide you what you're asking me for. I expect it within 45 days. That's what the letter, that's the whole gist of the letter. They don't have it because they already sold it on the stock market. It's too much to explain, but just trust what I'm saying to you. There is no money, so we're exchanging debt for debt. So how can I owe you if there is no money? You know? Sometimes I wish I could just take what's in my head and just put it in y'all head so that y'all know. But yeah, I'm about to hop out of here, y'all, though, because I need to protect my energy and I need to get whatever this is. I hopped into one of y'all energy and something tried to attach itself to me. So I need to go clear my energy. So I love y'all. Ashley, girl, where you been at? Yeah, because you're so dope. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Robots and what was that again, friend? Robots and Patriots. Rise of the Divine Feminine is real. The spiritual hygiene is a must. Thank you so much. Yes. If you can take baths every day, that's what I would be doing at this time to keep your energy clear. Only had a dream about my ex once. Thank goodness. LOL. It was not long ago. Yeah, get that energy up off you, sis. That's a good topic we should cover one day. That is a big conversation. It is. It's not real. Oh, please come back soon. I always come back. Girl in the shell, not a bad thing, I'll tell you. Okay, cool. Hey, Tasha, can I chat with you? Email okay? Yeah. Shoot me an email. Do you have my email? Oh, Sam, girl. Hey, girl. Yes, please. My email is TAJAMOORE16@gmail. Hold on. Let me put it in the chat. Sorry, Sam, I'm typing it out for you. Oh, it's okay. They already have my email, girl. But yeah, y'all know I get on here and connect with y'all later on. But yes, Robots and Patriots. Yes, Kingdom No Hearts. That is right. They used to be, I forgot what the name used to be, but they changed it to Robots and Patriots. And okay, Ashley, I'll talk to you soon. Don't be running from me, girl. Don't be running from me, girl. But now I understand that. Sometimes you got to pull your energy back. Oh, I definitely will, y'all. I'm probably gonna thank you, Sam. What's the name for Robots and Patriots is the YouTube channel. If you're trying to figure out how to get rid of debt and stuff like that, that's gonna be the best. Until next time, my beautiful people. I love y'all. Bye.